All right, so.
What do you mean, all right, so? I'm fed up with y'all.
Why you fed up?
Now I got Twix stuck in my teeth.
Oh man.
And that's our doing. That's
Yeah,
our
how's that our fault? Y'all were taking so long. I wanted to eat something. I'm hungry, bro.
You just ate a large burrito.
Why are you swearing in the first 30 minutes?
Oh no, we're on live?
Yeah.
Oh,
we,
my bad,
We
my
are
bad.
on. But that's
Damn.
okay. Because you're right. You were eating a burrito.
I did eat a burrito, a very Mexican burrito.
Yeah.
Then you need a Twix too.
Yeah.
What made it
Showtime.
very Mexican?
It was very minimalistic, but it still tasted really good. But you can always tell when a burrito is gentrified. You know, they do the extra shit, like burrito boys. You get like the, what's it called? Like bell peppers and
Chips
the
and
corn and,
noodles
the
in
chips and the shrimp and you know the
Chipotle
rice or the
sauce.
refried beans or the whole beans and the salsa and the sour cream and the burrito. Like no, this burrito was literally that I had. It was rice, beans, cheese, and steak.
Somebody's abuela would flip if they knew that we were over here putting chips and noodles in our burritos.
Okay, well, hold on. Burrito Boys doesn't put noodles.
Nah, that's
in it.
fat bastard
You can.
burrito.
Oh yeah, that's
Fat bastard burrito. Yeah.
Yeah.
She would. Yeah.
Chips and
Abuelita
the
would pass
noodles.
out. Facts.
it's like
You
how
can put
Italians
noodles in a fat bastard
Yes.
burrito. That's
Yeah.
gross.
That's why they call it that.
It's like how Italians feel when we put like unnecessary stuff on pizza,
Like barbecue base.
or dips. I love a barbecue base.
Barbecue base is such an N-word thing to do.
I love
And
barbecue
I
though.
can't say it because we're that early, but
I love a
barbecue base
barbecue
is
base.
such an N-word thing to do.
But I think Italian people, they say you're not supposed to even like use dip with your pizza too. Like you're just supposed to eat it.
Yeah, no, Italy, you can't really. I've been to Italy, and you can't like dip is not a thing there.
What
but
you were
also-
doing?
What? What?
That was my Italian guy shocked at you.
Sorry, dude.
What you were doing?
Oh, wow. I thought that was Chinese at first.
No more with the Chinese and they mixing up the Asian. We're done with that.
Oh, yeah?
With
Did I do that last
The
time?
sailor thing. It was more Tresor.
Oh, okay.
I still stand on what I said.
Oh, yeah. Fact.
Anyways, but the thing is, I will argue eating Italian pizza. I'm someone that always needs sauce when I eat pizza, but I noticed that I only need sauce when I eat pizza when I'm not in Italy or in Europe, because here I just feel like the pizza requires a little some. But when I'm in Europe, I never put sauce on my pizza. I just eat the pizza straight the way they give it to me.
But the streets are saying, I don't know about Toronto's pizza specifically, maybe more like New York pizza, like that has the best pizza in the world, not Italy.
New York,
Chicago
That's
would
what the
beg to
streets
differ.
are saying.
I don't know. If
Or
New York-
America. Supposedly America has better pizza than Italy.
I don't think so.
I don't know
America
about that.
probably has the best
Variety.
American style pizza, but not like authentic Italian pizza.
You could argue that America created pizza as we know it though.
Because they flipped the script on it.
Because pizza was boring in Italy. It was whack. And then, Italian Americans, they came here and then they created
Here?
their, huh?
You mean like in
North
America?
America?
Okay.
In America. They created their own variation of it. That got popular here. And then Italy started making pizza like
Is that
Americans
confirmed?
do. Facts, look it up.
You just made that.
I don't know.
You literally just made
I was
that.
about to say that. I don't know if that like
Nah, look
checks.
it up. Italian Americans, Italian Canadians, you can vouch for me.
I don't know.
Are any of you guys biracial Italian-y? No?
Any of your white half's
You
Italian.
are half white in here. Got the Italian as the white.
There's a lot of us over
Alright,
here. Eh? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we have a biracial corner.
You just got a big paper bag on this side of the
Omar's
room.
biracial. Omar not biracial.
He's not biracial.
No?
He just
Okay.
looks it.
Yeah, he beat those allegations.
What is Omar then if you're not biracial?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's very ambiguous.
East African? Okay, that's your brother.
He's very ambiguous.
There you go. Sudanese? Oh yeah, you told me that before.
Oh, actually, I feel like I knew this. So you're full Sudanese?
Yeah, he looked like he could be Puerto Rican. Yeah, could be Trini.
All right. Anyways,
But there's certain mixes that look like certain people look like certain mixes. Every light skinned person doesn't look like the same type of mix.
half white and half black. Like that's not even a
Yeah.
question. You look half white, half black.
or Dominican. Clyde looks very Dominican.
No, he doesn't.
And
Yeah,
I
he
have
does.
gotten the Arabic as well too. Like
Oh,
sometimes
you dragging it.
I can
Dragging
see
it, dragging
with a
it.
hat
I
on.
don't think I do, but I'm just saying that has something.
I'd
I've gotten
say
that
Clyde-
more than once.
If Clyde had a full beard, he could pass for Middle Eastern.
He could pass for what? The 12th Drake lookalike in Toronto just because he have a full beard and he's light skinned? Like, enough.
No.
That's like saying Fred Van Vliet looks like he's Arabic. No, he does not.
No, but it has to do with your features. Fred Van Fleet looks Dominican.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He just looks like a mixed man.
You look at the big.
I feel like I'm very good at identifying biracials.
Oh, you could tell right away.
Yeah, I can
Clearly
tell.
not.
Why?
What did you say that he was?
Clyde is half white, half black.
No, not Clyde. Omar.
Yeah.
He's not even biracial.
Exactly. So you were wrong.
Exactly.
Oh,
I see what
because
you
you
mean.
thought he was. Yeah.
But I feel like regardless,
was your bi
if
radar
someone
broken?
tells me they're biracial, I can probably guess the two races that they're made of.
Ooh,
I feel like it's
Really?
harder.
Yeah.
can we put this to a test?
Yeah, we
Sure.
gotta put this to a test.
The
what is
the new Relentless segment called the biracial quiz?
It
what
has to
is
be
it?
someone that we don't know. What's the tennis girl's name? No. Never
Naomi
mind.
Osaka?
That's a dead giveaway.
I was gonna say.
Anyways, let's start.
Okay.
We went to a comedy show and there was a joke where the lady goes, "I hate biracials with white moms." And I think before she even said the white moms part, Zoe went out, "Yeah!"
She did. She did do
Like,
that.
she didn't finish her sentence and Zoe stood up and she didn't
Okay.
stand up. But
You know what?
did do
before
that.
we get into that, let's
Yeah.
welcome everyone to episode 14.
I think we're at 13.
Damn, I keep going ahead now.
Because
Because
of
we
that
missed that.
missed
Okay,
Yeah.
episode 13. Yes, you're right. We are 13. Welcome to episode 13 of the Relentless Diaries podcast. I'm your main host, Zoe.
I'm Trezor.
I'm Clyde.
Mucho.
We're on our Dan Marino.
Ooh.
We're on our Steve Nash, on our Paul George.
James Harden.
Yeah.
Paulie George. The biggest, what would we call him? The biggest heist in NBA history.
Oh, he's up there.
Paul George?
Yeah. He pulled a
Yeah.
heist on the Sixers.
He's up there, especially with
The whole
inflated
Sixers
salaries.
team pulled a heist. You know, I saw a stat that Carmelo, to this day, Carmelo Anthony has played more games in since 2019 than Joel Embiid.
Sorry,
That's
repeat
crazy.
that again.
Carmelo Anthony has played more games since 2019 than Joel Embiid.
No,
hold
I think the stat is since 2014. Since he got, since Embiid got drafted.
The one that I saw was like later on. Carmelo Anthony, who has been retired for years, has played more games in the NBA than Joel
Oh, that is
Embiid.
messed up. Actually, that's even crazier stat.
Since
Wow.
2019.
Yes.
Wow.
So only in the last 6 years. But he's been retired for what? At least 2?
Most of it.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the-
he
that's
stopped
the
in like
point.
21. Yeah.
2021 was his last game. And he's played more games than Joel Embiid.
And how long Joel Embiid been in the league? For at least
No,
20.
it doesn't
That-
matter.
that's
Just
irrelevant
from
'cause-
2019
yeah.
on.
Oh.
That's crazy. That's an insane stat.
It's like
Wow.
260 something, I think.
What Joel Embiid doing?
Chilling
Yeah.
with Paul George.
Do you think it's kind of like his fault that he's injured?
I wouldn't say that, but I don't think like
That guy don't take care of himself, man.
I agree with that, but I also think he just does whatever he wants. If he's like, I don't feel like it,
So it is his
I'm
fault.
injured. No, I mean in terms of like playing.
What do you mean?
Like he will just sit out just because. Not because you're injured or whatever. He just don't feel like playing today.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, let's take it back to the comedy show. So I guess some of our weekly recaps overlap
Yeah.
because we all went to Hassan Phils' comedy show.
Yeah, who did great, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, great show.
And usually, I'm not going to lie, very skeptical when it comes to comedy shows. I'm not a comedy show
You're tough
person.
to you're tough to please.
I'm a tough peanut to crack. Especially when okay, don't laugh too hard. I'm a tough peanut to crack when it comes to stand-up comedy. But I was impressed by this one. I did laugh authentically. I feel like Mooch was laughing a little bit too hard. But that's your friend, so I'll let it slide. But
The more I hang out with Mucho outside this podcast is the more I see how fob he actually is.
Mucho was born here. He was born in
Still,
Canada.
He has fob tendencies.
Facts. Still got the African in me.
Mucho, like, if he's on the phone, he'll speak really loud.
Oh yeah, you talked about this.
He's in public. Mucho will laugh really loud. Like, Mucho was probably the loudest one in that theater. I'm not even
Probably.
guessing.
Probably.
Mucho's laugh cut through the whole theater.
Yeah. But honestly, it's your friend, so you gotta support him, let it
He
slide.
was
But
having
even
a
though he
blast.
was funny,
There
but
you
you
go,
were like
yeah.
laughing hard.
Yes.
I was even like, you know when someone's laugh overpowers your laugh and you gotta stop? Like that's what I was giving. Like I was like,
Mucho was Trey. Mucho was
was like-
Trey in the audience. Yeah.
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 It was
But also, he was laughing more because he understood like the Muslim jokes that we didn't understand.
I don't understand
That's
how
true.
Mucho
Yeah.
understood Muslim jokes when Mucho is atheist.
Because he loves an East African.
You're
That's
going
why.
there, ain't you? Yeah, I've been.
He's been around the Easties.
Yeah, I've been accused of having East African allegation, not allegations, fetishism. East African
Jeez.
fetishism.
Oh, see, I don't know if that's better. I don't know if that's better.
So they throw a
Which
fetish.
is funny because I'm East African myself.
They throw a fetish on everything.
Yeah.
Well, you made a comment. Okay, well, let's get through the Hassan show. So we went to Hassan Phils show. It was great. I think we got there fairly late and not on purpose. It's just traffic in Toronto was absolutely
tough. And it was a Friday
insane. And on a
evening,
Friday evening after work, it was hell to get down there. But anyways, we made it. I think we missed one
Yep.
of the comedians, but came in like 3/4 through the one of them. And my favorite comedian, other than Hassan, because I think Hassan is like, other than like being biased and knowing Hassan, I just think Hassan's actually funny. So he was my favorite. But outside of Hassan, oh my God, Diesel.
Yeah.
The British
was
guy.
really the British guy. He was really funny.
Mali dude. Yeah.
He was really funny. I think he was my second favorite. And then I'm probably gonna put the white dude.
You put him?
And you wanna know why? I love when comedians make a good full circle moment.
A callback.
I love when they do that and when they do it well. I think he did it really well with his set with the whole Princess Diana thing. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. The call, he
And it
ended with that callback. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you went to Hassan's show and you saw, I think his name is Alistair. And
Yes.
Hassan talked about him on the show when he was here.
Yeah.
So
Talked about his DJ too.
yeah. His DJ is, oh my God, Hakeem?
Crooksy.
Yes. Hakeem. Hakeem?
Oh, I don't know his Govy.
One of the Keems.
Okay, well, yeah. I don't know why that was so funny. But anyways, yeah, his DJ and Alistair, what's it called? The comedian. But I think he was my third favorite after. And there was one more.
The girl.
I didn't say that I didn't enjoy her set, but I wanted it to come a little bit harder.
That's
Like I
fair.
wanted to feel more comedian-like. It felt like more like, oh, this is just a homegirl ranting. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't make any jokes.
It was concentrated hate,
Yeah. It kinda
which I
felt
appreciate.
Like,
I like professional hating. Like I like when it's just
it kind of felt like this was a rant, and it's funny, but like it wasn't like curated jokes the way
Set
like
up
the
punchline,
yes, the way
that
like
type
the
of stuff.
Diesel guy was like
Yeah,
curated
it was
jokes.
clever.
The Alistair guy was telling a story. He brought it back like it was funny. Hers, she was still funny, but I think it was more just like, yeah, let me just say outlandish shit and get a laugh, shock reaction. You know what I'm saying?
But my whole thing too is like, I guess she got there, but at first she's like, I'm about to say these sentences and I hope I don't get canceled. And I was like, okay, I'm ready for some wild shit. And then her first thing was something like, yeah, white people suck or something like that. And I'm like, that's not even, like, they're not even saying anything spicy. Like nobody's gonna get mad at you for saying that. But I feel like she landed the plane at the by the end when she was just like, I don't like Arabs. I'm like, all right, that's spicy.
yeah.
That was spicy.
Or the biracials with white moms, like everyone hates us.
Yeah,
like,
that's it, whatever.
You know, it's low hanging
You guys are easy targets. You know what I mean? That's not even cancelable.
You guys are easy targets. It's crazy.
Facts though.
Yeah.
You can say that all day. Nobody's gonna get mad at you.
You know what's funny?
I do say that.
Speaking of that, I don't want to pivot the conversation too quickly, but someone actually called me because they were like, I was listening to the podcast when you guys were talking about where we had that whole biracial conversation at the end of the last podcast. And they were like, yo, you guys missed one point on why we are not the same as other people that are mixed. And I promised them that I would share it on the
bring it
pod.
up.
Okay.
They said the part that we were missing is we were discounting the view of how everyone else in the world views them and not just how fully black people view them. So they were saying people who aren't black view us as black and
Yes.
they don't view other biracial people as black. So we cannot be grouped in the same group as them.
No, I understand that, but that is because of the one drop rule again.
I feel like Clyde did bring that up though.
Yeah.
What?
That
That like
No
black
matter
biracial.
what,
Yeah,
when
that-
you get
that-
looked
like,
at by people who are not
Sure,
black,
if we're
you
gonna
are-
make all, yeah, but like it's not the same thing to say that I'm mixed and then someone that's like half Asian and half indigenous is also
Yeah.
mixed. So then we're the same, but like we're not. I think there needs to be a distinction there if we're gonna do this.
black
whole,
mix and then mix.
Yeah, I want
Black
my own.
mixed.
Like mix with black
Yeah.
and then mix.
Yeah, we could start somewhere like that.
But why?
I don't think we should, but
We don't need to.
if we really need to separate things that badly, then I'm not being in the same box as other people who are comprised of two different
I'm
races
just
of me.
against upholding a rule that was made.
Okay, but you heard my reasoning just
Well,
there.
how-
That isn't the one drop rule that I'm describing. I'm just saying,
What
like,
is?
like me not having the same experience as other mixed people comprised of different races, and like that isn't the one drop rule.
But
on
you
this
could
right?
argue that it's a part of the one drop rule because the one drop rule was if you were not white, if you had any drop of black in you, what?
Yeah.
No, you go.
If you had any drop of black in you, you were automatically considered black because you were not good enough to be white. So we're going to view you as black no matter where you go. So the fact that people, when you step into a room and you're viewed as black, that is still upholding the one drop rule in a way.
But that's not gonna change.
If
So-
we keep calling mixed people black.
But how can we?
I don't.
No,
No,
that's
that's
not
the
how it
biggest thing
works.
upholding the one drop rules.
But
though.
that's not how it
I
works.
mean, kinda.
It's not.
It's a part of it. It's a part of it.
I don't think so.
So what is it then?
Because let's say we stopped calling mixed people black.
Right.
That doesn't mean they're gonna stop calling them black.
Everyone needs to get on the same page.
And hey man, there's
It's
a lot of things that everyone
It's
should.
impossible. But to me, like I said, I'm not gonna like not talk to somebody because they call themselves black and they're mixed. Like that's not ever gonna happen. But to me, it's like I have a lot of friends who are mixed, and they definitely lean more into their black side ethnically, and that's what they look like. But for example, like Cam's one of my best friends. Cam is half black, half white. She would never say like, "Oh, me as a black woman," or like, you know, it's like me as, or you know, I experience this as a black woman. Like she knows, like, she's like, yeah, like I'm mixed. Like yes, I'm my black side, and like I can experience this, but like I'm not gonna act like I don't have a privilege. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to mixed people, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can move
but then I
on,
have
but-
other friends who are mixed who do pull the like we are black, and I get that too. Yeah,
Okay,
the
you
black
fuck with
women.
them too, yeah.
And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, and they know me. They'll be like, yeah, like yes, but like you know, yes, I'm so black. Like yes, I get it too.
They just
but
want
they
kinship.
also know in the back of their head they do have a privilege. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
Yeah. No, you're reasonable. You know what I mean? But I'm tired of talking about mixed people.
I
Yeah.
agree. Anyways,
that
let's
was it.
pivot back to the. So you're saying how you didn't like the comedian?
Yeah, I mean, she made me laugh.
Don't say that. I'm kidding. She was good.
She made me laugh by the end, but the premise that she went, and she was very comfortable on stage. I'll give her that. But it felt like she was being more experimental than actually giving.
Yeah, I was gonna
jokes.
say it felt like she was trying something new.
Yeah.
I don't think that was like.
And that's
her-
never a bad thing.
That's what you do as a
material.
comedian. You
Yeah.
try different things
I could
out. She
tell
had a
she's
notebook.
seasoned.
Like yeah.
But did you guys feel like you learned stuff about the Muslim community that night?
Learn? No.
I can't say that I did
What?
because I don't like. I didn't
Context clues?
Nah.
No, like yeah, but I wouldn't be able to tell you anything.
Yeah, like did I retain it? No.
So you was talking about Umrah.
Don't know. What
I don't
that
know
is.
what that is.
Am I pronouncing that decent? Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but that's when you go to Hajj, or no, it's Hajj and Umrah is two different things.
Is that when?
But it's when you go to Mecca.
Now let me.
It's
Now
when
let
you go
me.
to Mecca.
Mecca
yeah.
is like
Is
the
that's
holy
when you wear
place, though,
the
of
white,
Muslim.
the all white, and they walk
Exactly.
around the big box thing?
There you go.
But Mecca is like the holy land, like
Yes,
the holy
in Saudi
place
Arabia,
in
that
of
big
Islam,
black
right?
box.
Do you have to shave your head when you go there? Is that optional?
Is it recommended?
I've never. Where you shave your head?
So okay, let me try this. So Hajj, that's like once in
Sorry,
your life.
what is the word you're saying?
Hajj, Hajj. Yeah, Hajj. That's the one time in your life, if you're able, you have to, as a Muslim, you have to go to Saudi Arabia. You have to go to Mecca. That's
If
one.
you go to Hajj.
If you do Hajj, it's like a verb. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so what is Hajj then?
Based on the Quran, it says that if you're able, you have to go to the place of worship, Mecca.
It's like a pilgrimage
Yeah.
to the holy.
You need to
Okay.
do it
place.
once in your life.
Okay.
Umrah is like a seasonal thing. You do
Where it's like people just
if you can't do
go-
it every year.
Okay.
So when he's talking about his experience like doing Umrah, that's what he was talking about.
Who talked about that? I don't remember.
Hassan.
Oh,
And then-
yes, he did.
And
I
I was
remember.
looking at you guys to the left, it was just a blank face.
I kind of. Like I kind of
You
knew
whispered
what
to
he
me, it's like,
meant.
so interested, I have no idea.
Yeah, I told Clyde that. So I just have no idea.
And I was
what's
like, I don't
happening.
either, really.
Like I kind of
I
knew
know
what
I
he
other
meant.
Jew, like you did too. I don't know.
I kind of knew what he meant with that, but like
Okay. I had
saying
no clue.
specific words, it kind of just went over my head.
So when
Word.
you do Hajj, you
Yeah.
have to shave your head. Is that what you're
it's
saying?
That's what
recommended.
he's saying. Yeah.
Recommended.
Recommended.
Yeah.
Mando.
It's mandatory to
shave your head?
Mando.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, Mando.
You don't have to. Oh.
You're Muslim? Okay, good. I want to make sure we have a Muslim
Yeah.
person. People are gonna be like, "You ain't talking shit. You don't know what the hell you're talking about."
Because I
So
remember
wanna make
We've got a diverse
the
religious
reason I
group
know
right
that
now,
is
man.
because I've seen Harry Pinero and I seen Conan. I think they all shaved their head, and Conan was talking about how it was hard to get his hairline back because like when your hair goes down that low, like when you bald
Yeah, all the
yourself,
follicles.
it's tough to get it back like crisp. It doesn't just grow straight back like how it was.
You can't just get a number one. You gotta go up. Yeah, you get number one.
Certain people have different rules for it.
Yeah, he was wild.
They went like
he didn't get the Michael
skin
Jordan. He didn't
bald.
get
So what's the
Michael
purpose
Jordan.
of shaving your head? Like, what does that serve?
So everybody's equal.
So
They
everyone's
said.
equal. Okay. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Okay. See, so you guys didn't learn right away, but now you guys
I
learn.
feel like Islam is a very meaningful religion. Like a lot of the things behind it are really meaningful. Not
you-
to say that other religions aren't meaningful.
Yeah.
I just think that, things like Ramadan and like things Hajj that we're learning about now, hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like you put it, it's like, okay, that's a really powerful like meaning behind that practice.
For example, like 90% of the people in the crowd, that was probably like their first night out since Ramadan.
You're right.
So that's why
Okay.
it's probably booming and stuff. Idiot Mubarak and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But
That was the name of the show.
that was the name of the show.
The show is Idiot Mubarak.
Yeah, my bad. The show is called Idiot Mubarak.
We're not
calling
calling-
anybody
okay.
that. Yeah.
Let's make that clear.
But for example, as you two, like you three, the honorary Christians in the room, it was Lent. You guys weren't Lenting.
Nah. Christianity
wait.
is a very relaxed religion.
Okay, hold on. There's streams of Christianity, right?
Yeah.
Like there's like
Denominations.
Anglican, there's Catholic, there's 7-Day Adventist, there's
I think
The one with the P.
what's the P? What's the
Pres-
Protestant.
no. I almost said pescatarian, but that's the what is it? Someone please Google it.
It might be what he said.
Protestant.
I don't think
Protestant.
Protestant is a thing though. Yeah.
it Protestant?
Yeah.
No, like the main
Isn't
one.
it
It starts
pre-
with a P.
Is it? It's not
Oh,
Presbyterian.
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 Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, Presbyterianism.
Presbyterian, not Presbyterian. That's
No,
the
no.
veggies. The
One
meat
letter
turtle.
makes a
that's
whole
the
lot of
fish.
difference.
Seafood,
Yes.
whatever.
That's the you only eat fish.
Anyways, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, there's different streams to Christianity, or different, I guess you can say, what is it, categories or groups of Christianity.
Denominations.
There you go. Thank you.
Subgenres.
No, denominations.
Denominations is the word.
I feel like
Certain ones are more
certain
OD
ones are
than
lighter
others.
than the others.
7 days.
Yeah.
they're
7 days
serious.
OD, and we've talked about this before, because my dad's side of the family is 7-day. And they OD.
Yeah, they don't play.
Like I was looked like the black sheep over
Right.
there because like they,
yeah.
Sabbath, you can't do anything, which is Saturday from like, I don't know, the time is
sundown.
so
till sundown.
sun up to sundown. You can't do anything every Saturday. So like we used to invite my cousins to like
Gotta go to
birthday
church.
parties, couldn't go. Oh, we're having a picnic, can't go.
That's
Oh,
the
movie night,
worst.
can't go. Like my cousins missed out on a lot because they were 7-day. Halloween was absolutely not a thing. Don't even bring it up. Harry Potter movies, what are you talking about? Devil shit, can't talk about it. Like makeup and things, clothing, wasn't a thing. So my mom's side of the family is Anglican, but we were like very
Chill.
Relaxed.
watered down Anglican.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, we went to church maybe ever so on, special occasions, baptisms.
But what you're describing sounds like 90% of the Christians I know.
maybe.
Yeah, or
But
Baptist.
also, like, my mom would also, like for Lent, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was always, okay, what are you giving up for Lent? You have to, like Ramadan is different. Ramadan, you fast,
It's more serious.
you reflect. It is more serious. Lent, at least the way I was raised, like, okay, you have to give up something that you rely on.
And even
one
Lent is
thing or
optional.
multiple things. Yeah. So my mom
'Cause I've
always
never
taught
done
us, okay,
Lent.
oh, I've done Lent. I'm doing Lent right now. But like you give up something
Mm-hmm.
that you indulge in, that you like, whatever, for up until Easter, from Ash Wednesday to Easter. And then
I grew up Catholic.
Okay, exactly. So, but my thing is like, to me, you could, at least for me, you can still go out during Lent.
You can.
It's just if you gave up alcohol during Lent, you can go out, but you can't drink.
Yeah. I'm not implying that you guys shouldn't have been able to go out.
Oh.
What I was saying is you guys aren't doing Lent. That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
except
am
for you.
doing
Sorry,
Lent.
I'm sorry. You are.
Yeah.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 is hell. Sorry, you are giving up. You gave up pop.
This is the thing, bro. See, like, there has to be like standards to the things that we give up. Cause
Zoe's doing the same thing.
Yo!
Like she removed Pepsi and ginger ale from the
giving
from
up
the
your
rotation. So,
giving up your one cheeky ginger ale during lunch. That ain't. You're not really sacrificing nothing. Like. These people are counting down the minutes so they can eat a date to fill their stomachs.
Yeah, I won't lie to you.
So we talk about some. I'm not drinking ginger ale for a month. Man.
Yo, one thing I will say,
Yeah.
usually I'm really serious with Lent.
Okay.
This year it came so fast, I was like, yo, I don't know what I'm gonna like. I was like, all right. I just saw so much ginger ale in the fridge and I was like, nah, screw it, I'm giving up pop. So it's been sitting there. I've been good though.
Yeah,
I haven't had pop.
God understands. You're trying your best. You know
I
what
mean, next year I'm gonna be more serious though. I actually need to not indulge in things. My homegirl gave up alcohol and it was her birthday.
Oh, wow.
And she didn't drink. And we were all like,
tough.
come on. And she was like, nah, yo.
So, you're trying to turn her against God?
Yes, I'm not trying to turn her against God, but I was like, yo, it's your birthday. Like,
Yeah.
How come Islam is the religion that all the hood dudes choose in jail to convert to? Like, what is it? Like, what? Like, you know, like, what's the pipeline from like jail to Islam?
Well, you know,
pipeline from
I wonder what
jail
Google says about
to
that.
Islam.
so
Yeah.
I would say this just based off intuition, right? Whenever you're in a hard place, religion helps a lot of people, right? In general. So jail's a hard place. So you could either choose, you know, the mainstream religions. You could choose Christianity, Judaism, Islam.
But it's like Islam is
But
the
Islam,
overwhelming
to,
majority.
to me, Islam's the number one because it's a little bit more racialized than the others. Because the white people over there, they're Aryan race. You got the Aryan race. You got the Mexicans. You know what I mean? You got maybe the Asians or whatever. But it's really just the white people and the Mexicans in jail in America.
Yeah.
Right? And then they're Christianized.
Catholics.
So to other yourself in a religious sense, they choose Islam. And then to me, it's just a logical conclusion in that atmosphere.
I get it. I get it.
And then, of course, you know, there's Nation of Islam back in the day and stuff. And, you know, they became a little militant. So that helped too.
I get it.
They're the ones you can joke the least about. Like, you know, they don't play the most, I find.
Muslim people? Oh, I watch my tongue, dog.
Yeah. Well, comedians say that too,
Yeah,
right? Like
Chris-
you can say whatever about all the religions except like
Muslims get these jokes too, but I be thinking hard about the joke.
oh my God.
Christians, I just let it fly, yo. What y'all gonna do to me? Nothing. But
you have to forgive me. You're a Christian.
yeah,
Like,
that too. But like, you guys are like the oppressors, right?
Christianity
Oh my
is
God.
very joked upon.
Yeah, it don't matter.
And a
yo.
lot of people have done a lot of bad things in the name of Christianity. So you kind of have to let
Shit,
people
they've done
just
bad
get it
things
off.
in the name of every religion.
Hold on, I
now.
was gonna say people have done bad things in the name of every religion.
Yeah, but
I
Yeah,
took
of
world
course.
religion.
see how you're not
in-
naming any?
No, absolutely not. I won't name any.
Of course.
But I'm just
But
saying,
it's just
in world religions, we learned that we're like, religion is weaponized. Like a lot of wars are activated because of religion.
Yeah. It just so happens that
most wars. And that is a fact. That's something that I
Yeah,
learned
for
in high
sure.
school. I remember that.
it just so happens that a lot of like colonizers were
Yes.
Christian,
in Christian.
For sure.
So that's
Christianity is the religion
that's
of
what
the
people-
oppressor, especially in the modern world.
Let me ask you this: like, what year is it?
2025.
Why?
Oh, right. Because of the Romans, but they're Christian.
That's who won.
Yeah, people be people.
That's who won.
Yeah.
What year it is that we go in
Word.
accordance
People
to
be
that.
thinking of stuff, and it's like I saw someone
that's
on
a good point,
TikTok.
Clyde.
I saw someone on TikTok say, "Do you think that?" Well, for people who were Christian, I saw someone on TikTok say, "Do you think that you would still be Christian if you weren't taken from where you were from?" And that's a tough one because it's like whatever religion they were there,
See,
we were forced to change.
See, Trezor, don't get these people on the same path that I was on in 6th grade when I was thinking about those questions.
Were you actually thinking about those questions in sixth grade?
It's in
In
sixth grade.
sixth grade?
Yes.
Power Rangers was on. You're thinking about Christians getting taken.
Yeah, church made
people
no
getting
sense.
taken.
Church made no sense to me. So I was thinking about that. What if I was born in China?
I think about that. I think about that in terms of like going to heaven. Because I'm like, yo, if I was just a kid that was born in a place where you can literally get killed for being Christian, why would I ever be Christian?
You wouldn't be, man.
And especially as a child, like, and then you're gonna tell me just because of that I'm going to hell? No, like that doesn't make sense. You know?
Depending on the denomination, you would go to hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that part never made sense to me. But
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, regardless, great comedy show.
shout out to everybody.
Great
Shout out to
comedy
Hassan.
show, but what? Before we get off of it, I want to apologize to Trey because I should have invited Trey too because Hassan invited all 5 of us when we're all together.
And you just
And
got
then I
left
followed
out.
up the next week, and then I followed up the week after, but you weren't there on that week. And then I forgot to
You
text
did mention
and
it
be like,
then, though, and I thought, like, another part of, like, thought that because you brought it up that he
No,
had
'cause
mentioned him.
Hassan-
And then I met up with you, and I'm like, oh, we're straight. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause
so,
when Hassan-
my bad, too, Trey.
when Hassan was here, he's like, how many tickets do you guys need? I'm like, 5. He sent us 5 tickets. You know what I mean?
So what happened to the other ticket?
Nobody was there.
Unclaimed.
But I didn't know until we got like.
Oh, okay.
No,
fair,
until
fair,
you
fair.
asked me, I'm like, oh no, I did. Because all Hassan did is say, yo, go to will call, say your name, your tickets will be there.
Oh, okay.
And
And
then
he gave us pretty good seats. Shout out
he
Hassan.
did give us good seats.
Close enough, but not too close that we're the people he was talking about at the front.
Yeah. Because I didn't want to be that. I would have just.
But yeah,
left.
my bad, Trey. My fault. You know what I mean?
All right.
What's-
Anyways,
What we got?
I mean, before that, or before we get into topics, Tresor and I went. Oh, actually, hold on. Before we went spinning, Mucho and I went to Shake Shack, and Mucho got hit on by this gay man twice. Okay. So after the Hassan show, Mucho and I were like, we're gonna go.
That was haram.
Before we went to the Captain Morgan event, Mucho and I went to get food. And we're like, all right, we're gonna go Shake Shack, cool, whatever. I'm gonna get a burger combo real quick, eat it before we go to this party. We get to Shake Shack and we walk in and this guy's like, yo, man, like your pants are so sick, dude. And you know, Mage was wearing his pants with like the white things
What color
on them.
was this man?
He was white.
It was white dude.
Yeah. And you know Mucho's pants where you have like all the drawstrings
ropes?
or
The
ropes.
Playboy Cardi pants.
Yeah,
rope
the Playboy
pants.
Cardi pants. All the ropes are poking out of them. He's wearing those. Like, yeah, man, you're so fire, dude.
The noose
like,
pants.
You're yeah. The noose pants is crazy. Come on. Anyways, he's like, yeah, man, your pants are so fire, dude. Like you're fly. Like, oh my god, da da da. And I'm like, all right, cool. This guy thinks Mucho's fly.
Yeah,
all right.
come on.
Let it slide. Obviously, like I love when people compliment people. Get in line, order my food, waiting for it, sit down. Me and Mucho are chopping it up. I'm eating. This guy circles back. He goes, yo, dude, gotta tell you something, man.
Yeah, this is
And
wild.
Mucho's like, yeah, brother. You know, Mucho's, yeah, brother. Everything. He's like, yeah, man. Like, yo, like, you're like the better looking version of Omarion. And I was like, I literally stopped biting my burger. And I'm looking at this guy like, yo, he's like, yeah, like, dude, like Omarion, but better. That's you. Like, don't let anyone tell you that you're not better looking than Omarion, yo. Blessed, dude. And he's like, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. He's like, yeah, man. So fly. So fly.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, just kiss him.
So how do you know he was gay?
Come on, bro.
That could have just been white
Hey,
boy.
yeah, that's what that
That
could
could have just been white boy.
no.
That could-
Because he also, I'm pretty sure. I don't
Gay
wanna,
white dudes usually
I don't
don't
want
say
to create.
dude.
I'm pretty sure he said you're the best looking guy or something.
Yeah.
You're the best looking guy in here or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. I'm
that's
like,
how it
all right,
started. That's
all
how it
right.
started. And then it went into, yo, like, you're like a better looking version of Omarion.
Yeah.
Omarion being the reference point is funny.
Yeah,
He
literally.
had a nice box where his heart used to be.
Basically.
But
Mucho Omarion.
and he's
And
doing
then Mucho's like, yeah, do you want me to dance in the rain? I'm like, all right, man. I was like, you know
he's
what?
doing California Surfer, like, yeah, dude.
You know the Mike
type,
Tyson, now kiss. That's how I felt with Mucho. Now kiss with the birds.
Hey, listen, man. I'm a progressive dude. It's okay. I can take a compliment. It was getting a little thick. You know what I mean? But yeah, the compliments were getting a little thick. But
Yeah, man, those situations be kind of
And I'm looking at Mucho like,
Kind of
and Mucho's
OD.
like, what? I thought the best compliments are the ones that guys, you know what? You're right.
Right? All right.
LGBT compliments are the best compliments you can get.
That is progressive because
what
a
else
lot
can
of
you
dudes
do?
might get mad. Like, in
Yeah,
that
and that would
scenario,
that's
so-
crazy. I just thought it was hilarious because he said the better looking version of Omarion. And I couldn't unhear that.
It do be kind of awkward though. I've told this story on here when the gay dude tried to lift up my shirt at work.
You've never told that.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I don't know if you've
When
told
have you
that
told
story,
this story?
Tresor.
I've told this story.
You do
before.
this with every story though too. Before you
Yeah,
tell a
I
story,
told this story.
I
No,
don't
you
think
didn't.
told this
When
story.
I was working at Sport Check, and this dude and these two girls, they were kind of like over farther back, and I saw them like kind of whispering, looking at me, and then they came over, and it's like the gay dude was trying to like wingman for his homegirl, and he was like, oh, you know, like my friend thinks you look really good, and I'm like, oh, thank you, and his friend's there, and he's like talking to her about me. And he's like, see, yeah, like he looks really good. You know, he has a nice haircut. Like, what about his abs? And he like reached for my shirt and like he got about like belly button when I was like, whoa. Shoot. I was like, oh. Shoot. I was like, all right, yo. This is, he's like, all right, yeah, I'm sorry.
Would you
And then they kind of just walked away.
would you consider
I'm getting mad just hearing that.
would you consider that sexual assault?
Technically speaking, it could count as.
Okay.
I didn't count it as that. That's just a guy getting a little too handsy. But, you know, gotta use it. There was another time at the club when a dude smacked my ass.
All right, what's going on?
I think
Where are
I
going?
think you've told that.
Maybe
story.
that's the story that
I think
I
you've told
told.
that one.
I don't know if I've heard that one either.
I was in Brantford.
Oh
And
my God.
I was in Brantford. If you guys don't know, that's like a college town a ways out. And you know, we're out there, you know, I'm chilling. It's maybe like 2017. You know, I'm in the circle, like doing my Dougie. Everyone's hugging me up.
Facts.
Hey.
Done
It's like a
somehow.
group of people. And then I just felt like a smack. And I stopped and I turned around. And it's this white dude, and he kind of like had a blank stare on his face. He's like, my bad, bro. So I don't know if he just got caught up in the moment.
Dance. Like,
He had some
what?
intrusive thoughts
Yeah,
that
just
he had
slapped
to
my
embark
ass, and I
on.
turned around and he was like, sorry, and just walked away. I was so confused.
You got too excited?
I think he just got too white boy excited
Yeah.
and smacked my ass.
Too white boy excited.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't get mad or nothing because I was like,
Yeah.
this guy clearly like, I don't know,
Dance
something's
the
going
sword?
on with it.
Ooh.
Slap ass.
Was Smack That played? Maybe that's what.
No, it was Teach Me How to Dougie. I remember. I was doing the Dougie.
That's egregious to do that during Teach Me How to Dougie too. That's not a no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that guy. He doesn't strike me as gay. Just white.
The guy in Shake Shack? Oh, no, the guy who
this
slacked
one.
his ass. I was gonna say, yeah.
I think so. I don't think he was gay.
That guy's
I
probably
think he
just
was
white. And then, anyways, Tresor and I went to spin class.
Huh?
A group of us went to spin.
Oh, whoa. Okay, when was that?
That was, what, Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of our
that's
mutual
cool.
friends hosted a private spin class, invited a whole bunch of us. I didn't even know Tresor was coming, to be honest. Tresor comes with all his homies.
That's funny.
All of us are there. They
Oh,
put
this was a
Running into each
random link up. Like this wasn't planned.
no, like
It
one
was
of our
planned.
friends.
But y'all didn't
was-
know each other was going.
We didn't
Yeah,
know.
like
I
knew
didn't
it
know
was-
she was
I
going
didn't know we were
either.
like he was going,
Yeah,
but like
that's
I know
fine.
obviously it was a mutual friend that put the class. I didn't know Tresor was going to be there. I thought it was going to be mainly just girls, but a whole bunch of guys were there. But they put all the guys in the back of the class, which I think the guys should have been in the front. Why is your face like that?
It's a view. I mean, is that what you're talking about? No. Oh,
No.
Okay.
Oh
It was.
my God.
Wait. So why?
I mean, it was a view.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
that's what you're getting at.
No,
I thought that's what you were gonna get.
My girl was in front of me.
Yeah, your girl's. That's
My
good.
girl was in front
That's
of
good.
me.
Your girl's in front of you.
But there was a
was a
view.
view.
If you were
Alright.
looking for someone was in front of you.
who was behind me? Now I think about it.
I think Morris. No.
Drop it.
Because that was one of our friends. No, it was someone else. One of the Hamilton dudes.
do you,
Oh my God!
do you remember that David Banner song "Play"?
No.
Aren't they like a spin? Yeah. Don't play with it. Aren't they the spin class? Work that.
Come on, girl.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
You're
you-
just- I don't remember that.
Yeah, man. Y'all had that bitch turned up like that. But go on.
Oh, okay. That's what I was getting.
I
at.
went for content reasons, and I did not know that the spin class was in the dark, so I didn't get.
I
any
would have
content.
told you that. Honestly, if I knew that, I'd be like, bro, you're not gonna see shit. Because
I
I've
was
been
pissed
to
when he saw.
I
I've
didn't know
been
that.
to spin classes before, and what I will say is the spin. I've done like spin studio spin, and I've done like in gym spin. two different types of spin.
Word.
Spin studio spin, they give you the special shoes, you hook it into the bike, you're locked in type thing. Gym spin is like you put your shoes inside the bike, you tighten the straps, you're going. It's
Okay.
similar, like the movement and stuff, but like spin studio spin is like OD.
Okay.
Like I sweat my ass off in that class. And like it takes me a while to sweat. I'm not like a natural sweater.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I was sweating.
Because you're not that hairy.
Oh, yeah, no.
Hairy
I don't know.
people
Yeah,
sweat.
it was hot in there.
Oh. So are you hairy? Because you sweat a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
there you
hairy.
go.
Okay, makes sense. So yeah, I was sweating like a beast in that class. I can only imagine what the men. But the point is, the men were struggling. Like I could hear like, oh my god, like the crying, like no, in the back. That's why I said they should have been in the front because I wanted to see them struggle.
Oh, okay. So you wanted the view.
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted the view.
You wanted
of
to see them
comedy.
to struggle
Yes.
specifically.
Because all the groaning and
Fucking
the crying I was
psychopath,
hearing
man.
in the back, just was like, you know.
I was adding some sauce for comedic effect, but it was definitely very hard.
Nah, all you guys were like, yo, I'm never doing that again. You guys, Morris was like, I'm not doing that again. You were like, I'm not doing that again.
Once again, for comedic effect, but
You would
I
do it again?
I would do it again, but not like soon. That's not something I would do regularly.
Yeah.
Not at all.
That's dope. It sounds like a serious cardio workout.
Yeah.
It
Have you done spin before?
I bike. Yeah, that's it.
Nah.
Oh, okay,
it's-
so it'd be interesting for you
it's
to
a
do spin.
super
Because
cardio
it's different.
workout.
Because
Yeah.
you have to like, you're up a lot and you're up and then you're down and then like you're back and
Inclining
then you're
it,
forward. But then
yeah.
like you pump your bike, literally. So like you do push-ups kind of
Oh, fire.
on your bike. So it's like up, in, like you're pushing up. And then they give you weights. You have weights behind your bike.
Oh,
And
yeah?
you bring out the weights for your weight
The
song.
weights were kind of tough.
That's
Yeah.
hard. That's
Yeah.
hard.
Sounds like a workout. Yeah.
You never done spin either?
No. I've
Okay,
never
maybe
done
that's our
it.
next
That's not
thing.
really a thing that guys do like that.
Really?
No,
Maybe
no.
not.
Shout out to you niggas just being up for it on a random Sunday. You guys just
Yeah.
And it was deep too. It was in Burlington.
oh,
And if you don't know where Burlington is, that is like a a town, a city.
Yeah, that's a city.
That's really
That's a
west
city
of
away.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like what, 3 cities away from Toronto?
Yeah.
It was pretty deep, but it was worth it. I liked it. Really good instructor. Shout out to Bree at Spinco in Burlington. I had a really good time. I love a good spin class.
You gave her the drop too.
Yeah, she deserves it. It was a really good
yeah,
class.
that means it was a good
And it was dance hall.
Really?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
dance hall, a little bit trap, but like
Okay.
mainly like dance hall.
Was Bree black?
No.
All right.
But she was working it. She was owning
Shout
it.
out to the Burlington baddies.
But it was a real good
Who taught
class.
her that?
Sure, the friend group, you know.
Oh, hell yeah. my
She's
bad.
locked in.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, I think we should but we have to do Pilates, which Tresor has.
I'm down.
The reason why we didn't go was Tresor hurt himself.
Heard his
I don't think that was the only reason.
That was the reason.
low key.
There was literally, what was the other reason with us not going? We had it booked.
All right, well, I'm down. I'm better now. So
There we go.
Do it.
Yeah.
Back and I'm better.
So we have to do Pilates and then we could do a spin.
yeah.
But we just need to make sure that it's bright enough.
You also got to come move
game
hot
for all
tubs
of it.
for a day.
I'm not doing that. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
happening.
yeah,
I
we're
promise
doing-
you it's not happening.
yeah.
But that's just
Why would I ever
that's
do that?
just free labor
Exactly.
under the guise of content.
Yeah.
No, content. You don't actually. All right. It would be good content.
For me to move hot tubs?
Yeah.
Come enter spreadsheets for me.
Yeah. Like come to my office for a day and get
Simple
content.
life.
And do my client
Relentless
calls.
life.
Do my client calls and make Google Docs and briefs and client presentations.
No,
and
it's not
spreadsheets.
like that. That's mundane office work. Like this is some
All right, this
blue, like blue
Yeah,
collar
I'll give you
stuff.
2
Get your
hours
hands dirty in the
to make
fields
a
type
deck
thing.
for a client presentation and we can record
That could be
for
content too.
I could do it in 30
That's what I do
seconds.
for my job though. Like,
You could not
I could do it in 30
without
seconds.
ChatGPT.
You never said that.
Exactly.
changed the game.
Anyways,
you in a blue collar thing would be funny. That's all I'm saying.
my collar is not blue.
I know. That's why it would be funny.
I will not be doing that ever. Do you see my nails? Are you crazy?
What about when you move the table for us?
What's
When
counts
has
as
she moved
blue
the
collar?
Um,
What counts as blue
I
collar?
attempt to move the table for you guys, and I look at you guys like, which one of you men are gonna come move this table?
Which one of you? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, should we do some Dear Relentless? Bet. Let's do some Dear Relentless. All right. Okay, let's do one. Ready? It's catching up, y'all.
Yeah, I got you.
Dear Relentless, please read. Hello, I'm a longtime Relentless Diaries fan and firstly wanted to thank you guys for the years of nonstop laughter and entertainment. My problem is one that I feel you all would be a credible source to seek out advice. I was diagnosed with the
L reader. Continue.
I was diagnosed with a speech impediment as a child, which I
Ooh. Looks like never mind.
Yeah.
Hold
Oh
on.
my God.
All right, this is actually
Never mind. I'm
crazy.
gonna let it pass. I'm gonna let it pass.
I was diagnosed with a speech impediment as a child, which I subsequently received treatment for, but still holds a mental block over my confidence while communicating at times. I'm 23, now working in a hospital, and the environment of an elder crowd of coworkers really overwhelms me when I feel inferior to their quality of speech. I know this may sound weird, but I just find all of you guys to be outstanding with your articulation, as it seems everyone conveys their points cohesively on every topic. I, on the other hand, can assemble what I want to say in my head, but the execution of saying it falls far short when I speak. Long story short, I was wondering if there's any tips you guys can provide for enhancing confidence with general speaking, and also if there's any supplements/regimen you recommend for staying so sharp. Love to all you guys and wish the utmost success heading forward. Well, clearly I have a speech impediment, so I feel you.
I think, well, firstly, I think the confidence part, you have to kind of like own what you got going on. Cause my mom's dyslexic and I tell her the same thing where like she'll feel like kind of nervous or like if she'll mess up. I'm like, yo, like it's not like this isn't something that you need to hide. Like if you put it out there and be like, yo, like even if you're public speaking, like, yo, hey, just so y'all know, like, you know, like I'm dyslexic, so if I mess up, that's why. I feel like it takes a lot of pressure off of you once you address it. So you have the room to mess up without you feeling like you're trying to be perfect. So I'd say that first, don't try to be perfect. Like just, you know, just do the best that you can, obviously. And that is something that is tough. Like I've known people with speech impediments that have gotten better at it. But in terms of stuff to keep sharp, I think, I don't know. I feel like all of us up here are kind of naturally just very articulate people. But there are, like just stuff that has to do with words. You don't even necessarily have to read a bunch. Just like, you know, like listen to a lot of things. Try to, if you like rap, try to write some bars.
Well,
you know,
I was gonna say, like, I have like my whole experience like with what they're saying though, but the thing that I think that I enjoy that makes me with words and everything and communicating and being able to clap back or just articulate yourself well, yo, battle rap was the thing that was for me, yo. Like when you could just see the way, because they would memorize like an album's worth of material and then just get it off in front of somebody, and it's like a environment where people are bumping them and stuff like that. And I remember like watching that and being like, these guys being able to memorize 40 minutes of material, not stutter and everything like that was just like, I would watch a lot of that, and that would, I feel like, translated when it came to like my communication methods. And I also think like the speech impediment aspect of it, like I think it's one thing to be able to speak and articulate and not fumble your words and not stutter and you concisely say things, but like you're taking pauses and ums and you're stuttering sometimes, but you land like a great point. You are articulating something. Like I think that's different. Like you can still be a good communicator and, you know, have some difficulties and imperfections with your diction or the way that you're directly communicating things. And then like also what you're sort of saying, the confidence, I think that's the number one thing, because I used to work at a YouTube channel where I had to read scripts, like prompters. I'd be speaking for 6 hours a day. I'd be hearing my voice. And I just remember overthinking it. I'll never forget one time somebody commented that I had a lisp. And do I have a lisp?
Now that you said
now
it,
that I've maybe when you say the word list, but outside of that, no, I've never noticed anything. I've never
that's
noticed
hilarious.
I never thought I
wouldn't say so.
I never thought I had a lisp. And then I seen,
It's only when you say the word list. It's only that word. That's the only time I hear it.
I just remember.
Clyde's trolling me right now.
I
Like, why are you saying it like that?
Say slippery.
Slippery.
Oh shit.
Maybe.
I've never noticed it before.
I don't know.
I noticed that you had a twang, but now maybe I'm noticing the twang is the
I
lisp.
never thought or noticed that I had a lisp, and then there was more comments about it, and then I think that's what it made me like kind of worse at being a presenter and stuff like that. And I think regardless, I think there's people that don't have perfect diction, you know, that may have lisps, they stutter often or something like that. Mark Lamont Hill is one of the best potters on JBP, and he fucking stutters and fumbles all over all his stories. Mark Lamont Hill.
I don't know who that is.
He was also a
He's the new guy on Jordan.
He was also
He's like a social activist.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was also a talking head on CNN too, and that's why
Okay.
just people who speak for a living, aren't perfect with their delivery, and the confidence. You can overthink, get in your head about little things. People think you have it. Just don't enjoy the sound of your own voice. Is what I'd say.
People like people's the way people speak. It's like their shooting form. Like everybody's is a little bit different. Like
That's a good one.
some people talk really fast, and then you have people like Barack Obama who will like say 4 words and stop every 4 words. Like
Obama different. I think he's one of the best talkers ever.
yeah, there's
Facts.
different stuff. But yeah, that was a good one. Like try and memorize songs and just like say the song from the top to the bottom. And try not to mess up.
Yeah, and you're talking about battle rap. That's just like the nigga version of improv for real. So you could,
Nigga soap operas, like
yeah. So, but not the improv aspect specifically, right? Because you have to, come off the dome. So if you could do stuff like that, where you have to think about things off the top of your head, it could even be in a personal setting, so that it's lower stakes, and then you could bring that to the public. As you were saying, word games, reading, stuff like that. The way that I could relate is like my second language is French. And like in the past, I've had to work in French. And of course, I don't speak it as much. And Quebecers are notorious for like getting at you for like missing certain things. But after the first couple jobs, like, I even say my errors proudly and just keep going. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you slip on a word or whatever, just keep going, and the more confident you are, you're just gonna fake it till you make it.
One of the main things people get at us about it on the show is how we mispronounce shit.
Yeah. And it is what
Everybody
it is. We
does
still
that.
show up here every week.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say
It's
is
a lot of big words we've only read, dog.
facts.
Yeah, everybody mispronounces stuff.
I'm a very fast talker sometimes, so I slur my words a lot. Because my brain is moving way faster than like my mouth can keep up.
Oh, yeah.
Boy. But that does come or sometimes bite me in the ass, where I'll slip over words or I'll slur my words. Like, I'm a very articulate person, but because I can be a fast talker when I'm like excited or there's like a really big topic or I'm presenting and I'm trying to get through it really quickly, I talk. And even at work, they'll be like, yo, you got to slow down. Like, what the hell are you talking about? So
When you're passionate, you talk slower.
you think so?
Yeah.
And when you're mad.
I talk slower when I'm mad.
Like when you're like disappointed type mad, like when there's like
Emphasis.
Because I want you to
Emphasis
feel
on
me.
the
yes,
word.
you
I
talk
want
slower
you
and
to hear
it's
the words.
yes.
Everybody.
Bitch, what the fuck?
That's just
looking on
yelling.
every
Like
syllable.
you can't yell fast. Like it just doesn't work.
I've definitely done that too.
Mystical can.
Unless you're like Spanish.
Help the bear.
Unless you're speaking in Espanol.
That is our advice. Definitely don't
Yeah.
feel bad about it. Embrace
Shout out to
it.
you for overcoming it. You
yeah.
said too.
And for like things to do, I say, crosswords are really good. And crosswords, what they say, there's like I don't know what the stat is, but it reduces your chances of getting like dementia and Alzheimer's.
that's hard.
Yeah, my grandma does crosswords.
Is that
like
propaganda or is that
No, I
true?
think that's actually a thing. Wasn't there like a study about Wordle too?
Oh, Wordle
About that
helps?
stuff.
Yeah,
I
do
think
some
between Wordle and crosswords and like those type of puzzles help with like
Yeah.
word and speech and like
I could definitely see that.
dementia prevention.
I'd
Things
be
like that.
feeling smarter when I was doing all the Wordles and shit.
Same.
Yeah.
I think I should get back on that. I've been on and off with Wordle, but anyways,
Those are another group of people that think they're better than everybody. People that do Wordle.
yo, what?
Sudoku.
Why?
People who do Sudoku
How do you think
regularly.
you're better than someone just because
It takes
you do-
5 minutes.
There's
Literally.
but I'm just saying there are specific groups of people
Yeah.
that think they're better than people who
Nah, you're-
don't do the things that they do.
You're not wrong, but you
The
never
Wordle-
got into that.
Not really. I've
You
tried
never
it,
got
but
into Wordle?
I didn't really.
See, Zoe thinks she's
You
better than
never got into
Yeah.
Wordle?
But
It was a little defiant. It was during pandemic, I think, when it became
didn't
a thing,
excite
and I
me.
was like, "Nah, I'm cooler
Wordle
than
didn't
you niggas.
excite you?
it didn't excite me. No,
That was hard.
Wordle's so fire.
Yeah, Wordle.
it didn't excite me.
I was on the craziest streak when it dropped.
Wordle's
But that
people.
Streak of what?
Like every day, like how many?
Okay.
It reminds me of pandemic too
Like
much.
never losing. Like I might get in 4.
Yeah.
I think I average like 3.
Did you play
But
Among Us?
That's not.
It's not bad.
That's not bad. Averaging 3 is
Makes me
good.
think of
Yeah. When I used to hit 4, I used to be sick though. Like 4?
Yeah.
Wordle people
Five
think they're
used to
better
get
than
me
everybody.
sick.
Nah, I thought it was a challenge.
Manual drivers think they're better than everybody.
Yeah, they do.
People that go to art exhibits think they're better than everybody.
Did you guys go to the hip hop exhibit?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to still. I haven't
It's
gotten
done.
it. Oh, it's done?
Yeah.
Man, that sucks.
That was Black History Month, dog.
It was only February? That's
No. It
ended
literally
recently.
ended like I think the Sunday that just passed.
People who order sparkling water over regular think that they're better than everyone.
Yeah. And, oh my God. This actually, before we, no, we'll finish the Relentless.
No, go say.
Because this goes into the topic that I put of
Okay.
we need to make podcasting fun again.
Okay, we'll wait.
We'll talk about that after. Put a button
Okay,
in that.
let's do
'Cause
the
that-
next
It
one.
has to do with that.
Make podcasting fun.
Ready? Next, Dear Relentless.
Yeah, I got you.
Dear Relentless, I'm 26 and I've never had a girlfriend, had sex, never masturbated, or had a kiss or on the lips. I feel like I missed out on the years where I had to learn, and if I do get with someone now, they'll think there's something wrong with me because I don't know what I'm doing, or they'll think I'm pathetic as I probably have to be coached through it. It's not because of religious reasons I haven't done anything. I've just been more interested and focused on other things, to be honest. But I know I really want to test the waters and possibly look for a girlfriend / future wife. However, if I'm transparent with a girl I'm dating about it, they might get the ick, or stories will spread and I'll get a reputation or turn into a Twitter thread and called the loser. What do you advise I do?
First of all, get out your head.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Well,
Get out your own head.
No, but let's-
Because think about what they just said at the end. If I
Twitter
tell
thread.
someone they're going to get the ick and I'm going to become a Twitter thread. If this hasn't happened to you yet, what are you referencing? You're just scared that this is going to happen and it's never happened to
I
you.
understand, but let's take it back to the first couple sentences, right? Never had sex, never kissed a girl, never masturbated. That is...
It's like, why? Well, they said they're focused on other things.
Okay, but
And it's
so-
not religious
Okay,
either.
hold on.
Is that what-
I understand that, but me being not that far of age of him, I'm 28. He's 26. He or she, I don't know. I'm assuming.
It's a
Did he say he? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, okay. Well, assume it's a man.
Assume it's a man, yeah.
He is 26. Never masturbated. Like I've never been too busy to not.
Yeah, come on, jack off at least, bro.
Yeah, that to me, like, but I think that, like, isn't that kind of like a human thing? Especially like when you're like puberty. Like, isn't masturbation like a thing?
Bro, his balls are
You
so
don't-
heavy.
You don't,
It's healthy to yes.
but like you don't have to do it. But
You
I
either
would-
do it by yourself or you do it in your dreams.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
would
like that's like
recommend it.
he's having.
You've never had wet dreams?
He
I don't
definitely
know.
has. He probably has.
He probably does that.
I
every
feel like
day.
he's
probably going crazy.
Because I think about that. How is he not like brushed up against a wall accidentally and then it just like he could
Okay,
just
come on. That,
no, because it's 26
facts.
years, Zoe. Like
That's years of
That's pent
I
up
don't know.
aggression.
He
man.
could
Yeah.
just be asexual, but he's saying that
That's
he
true.
wants to try it out.
No, but I'm
So-
saying like, okay. Do you remember how old you were? This might be a very invasive question. When like
shoot.
masturbation started
Just
to
like I did.
yeah,
come into your brain. Like, how old were you?
a girl that I was talking to.
oh yeah, we know.
You don't remember the story? Yeah, because
freaky
I
little girl?
never thought. Yeah,
That
I
was
never
in high
thought
school, though,
about
no?
it. Yeah, that was grade
That
9.
felt late.
That was grade 9.
Cause didn't get. Am I having a fever dream? Didn't Gabrielle Union said that she masturbated when she was like 7?
Some
And like a
people
book or
do
something
very
like that?
very young,
Some people figure that out in
Yeah.
do it probably around 12, 13.
Yeah.
or some are old. Yeah, it just
So-
depends on the person.
That's what I'm saying. So like, did he like? I don't know. Maybe it's more of like a psychological thing. Like, do you just like? Do some people just not feel that?
Nah.
Yeah, some
Interesting.
people you don't. Some people just don't have the urge to do that.
They don't feel the need to have sex or anything. They don't get horny at all.
You could get horny, but some people don't feel the.
Don't you want a resolution to your horniness?
No, but that's the thing. Some people don't feel the urge to satisfy the horniness.
So they just edge forever.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or some people just have too much pride to masturbate.
Man, you know how them explorer pages get. That nigga never was like, what's her
So does
at?
that mean he's never ejaculated?
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
He
how
probably
would you
like you
ejaculate if
said
you're not
via wet dreams. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have to make a couple to even answer this guy's question. We're gonna have to make a couple assumptions.
Okay.
So we're assuming that he hasn't masturbated.
We're not assuming he said it.
No, sorry, he hasn't masturbated because
He said that
Not
he's
religious, which is
He said he's been
He's that
focused
focused on
on
other
other
things.
things.
Mucho, stop.
Bro, what do you man?
I think
Yeah,
you should.
no, it's that busy, fam. No, it's that busy.
I think it's a pride thing.
Yeah, I think he should kind of take things in stages, you know?
Yeah, I don't think you should be looking for a girlfriend yet until you
first-
know what pleasure feels like maybe on your own.
You should, the first time you ever bust a nut, never doing it by yourself, and then it being with, and you're concerned about, you know, whether you like will come across a certain way. First of all, like you are gonna, like your first time having sex, even if you've masturbated 100 times before that, you're gonna not know what you're doing and you're gonna whatever. So probably.
You think you could do research?
Nah.
What do you mean?
You guys don't think you could do research?
You
What do you mean
can't. You have.
research?
You need runs. You need
To see
scrimmage.
how-
Yeah, you
to
need
see-
reps.
You need to scrimmage. So.
Maybe this is cuckery, but to see how other people do it first, so that
You're
watching
saying-
corn?
So watch some corn is what you're
Yeah.
encouraging.
Nah,
Man,
I-
maybe
I'd
porn
say,
is
yeah.
cuckery. Yeah.
You can watch it in terms of like technical skills, but you
Is
need
there like
scrimmage.
educational porn?
Yeah.
Probably.
So yeah, so he should watch some educational porn.
I think he should.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
it's
first,
still.
first step, jack off.
Okay.
Yes.
Second step, watch some educational porn.
Well,
Stop
usually, I
saying-
think that one will come before
Oh, my bad,
the.
my bad. Corn.
Yeah. Anyways. Lay it out.
My bad. I'm
for
sorry.
him.
I'm sorry. Man, I'm
Actually, no.
I'm
The
awful.
first step is.
jack off.
No, there's a step before that.
Oh, okay.
There's a step before that.
right.
I know you said because you've been focused on other things, but like really think if that's the reason why you haven't done any of these things. Like be 100% honest with yourself. Or is there another reason why you've never masturbated and you've never
Are you
done all these
repressing
things?
sexual deviance?
Yeah, like you know.
Usually, religion is what does.
yeah, is it
that.
like a
But he
religious?
said it's
I
not
know,
religious.
which is interesting.
Yeah,
You should be
but that could
examining
be
this.
it could be subconscious. Like if you grew up in a really religious family that shamed that, and now you're on your own, you still kind of keep that with
Man,
you.
even the Mormons soak. So,
Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Can you explain to people real quick what soaking means?
So soaking is when
Zoe had a Mormon ex.
soak it.
I had a what?
Mormon ex.
Soak it good.
No, I did not. Anyways, I've never soaked in my life. Okay, there's motion in this ocean, but when
All right.
Golly.
Soaking is when.
anyways, let me explain it.
Yeah,
Taking
Soaking
long.
is when a man inserts himself into a woman and doesn't move, and then someone else jumps on the bed to create motion of sex. So it's not actually having sex. It's just you're soaking your appendage into her
Appendage.
body, and because someone else is moving the bed, it's not actually sex.
It's a Mormon loophole.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a,
know how they got that one on.
it's a Mormon loophole to sexual intercourse.
I don't know how they
BYU,
got that
baby.
one on.
Yeah,
I mean, AJ DeBance.
Yeah, AJ
The
DeBass
AJ
about to
DeBass.
soak. He's about to
my
soak.
Teach me how to jimmer.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You went to BYU, right?
he did.
Okay, that's a great reference.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think the clear consensus is start exploring your body by yourself first
Facts.
before trying to indulge with other people. Also, I would say don't overthink it too much. Like every girl isn't a horrible human being who's gonna make fun of you and put you in a group chat and roast you for never
you a
having
Muslim.
sex.
Get you a Muslim.
you know what? No,
Get
you know
They be
what?
saving themselves for real.
Or
You know what?
not. I wouldn't.
It's such valid points, but
And
like,
then you just take it,
Nah,
dog.
that's facts though.
I wouldn't
They
totally
be-
go that far, but he has the right idea. If it's really that concerning to you, you could try to find another virgin.
Yeah.
It's probably slim pickings,
Go
but
on
it
moose
exists.
dates. Go on moose dates.
Stop.
It exists.
hey,
You could try and find another virgin.
Virgins exist in multiple religions, multiple. You don't have to
Yeah.
go, seek out a Muslim woman.
But some are more likely. That's all.
For the kissing, yeah, you're gonna have to just learn how to. Because I assume if you don't have a lot of experience with women, you might not, talk to a lot of women and stuff like that. You're gonna have to take this in
How
steps.
did you guys learn how to kiss?
Trial and error.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, facts.
Just
That's
try
why it's
it.
like you're gonna be bad the first time you do most things, you know. So it's like anticipate that and be ready to hold that.
Do you
There's
think
nothing
you
wrong
guys
with
are
that.
good kissers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good.
I'd think so.
Why you give that face?
Because no,
Do you think you are?
I'm an amazing kisser.
Oh, okay.
Man, how
But I'm
amazing
just,
kisser over
but
here.
I'm just no.
Nigga, you
Ask
saying-
any guy who's ever had the pleasure
The pleasure.
the pleasure of kissing me, telling you 12 out of 10. 20 out of 10. But that's not about me. My point is the men in this room.
Yeah. I'm
The
only
five-
speaking off of the reviews that
You think you're
I've
a good
gotten.
kisser? I'm telling you,
So-
four of you are lying.
Yeah.
4 of us are lying.
Why are 4 of us lying?
It's like 25%.
Like there's a
good kissers.
million people. There's billions.
No,
of
but
people
I'm
in
saying
this
like
room.
statistically
Statistically.
in the
What's
room.
this? What's the?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying.
What's the
How
statistic?
would I know?
But what's the statistic?
Well, what's the statistic of men who can make a woman? Isn't it like
That's way different than being a good kisser.
I understand, but like
That was a little harder.
yeah, for sure. But I also think like I
don't think it goes hand in hand.
it kind of does.
One is very elementary to the other.
Yeah.
Yes, but
There's a point that men are selfish and don't prioritize women's pleasure as much as they should in intimacy, but that doesn't say that if men who can't make women come is like there's a correlation between being bad
I
kissers.
just feel like
too.
men, the average man lacks the sexual knowledge or the intimate knowledge to be good at sexually.
So you guys are
arousing-
more whorish than us?
No.
Oh,
No.
What does that mean?
Not
Well,
at all.
you heard Mucho stories running around the streets of Guelph and Waterloo. He's
Kissing
had
white girls
experience.
doesn't mean that you're a good
Whoa,
kisser.
He's had experience.
Whoa. All I did is take him down. No, I'm playing.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Anyways, I'm just saying it's highly unlikely that you guys are all.
I don't know,
good
man.
kissers,
I think
especially
this,
as men.
I think this is another one of those things where it's like I think the percentages are higher than we think. It's just men don't say these things as much as women do. Like,
Yeah.
because there are a
Because if
lot
I
of.
pull girls who I know that you've kissed, and I'm like, okay, it's just actually a kisser.
I'd be confident that people would say yeah, a majority.
Yeah.
I'd be confident in that.
You look so unconvinced.
I am, but
Yeah.
we'll let it slide for the sake of.
This shit won't change my life.
Yeah.
What do you mean it won't change your life? To know that you're a bad kisser?
I'm gonna still get motion. You know what I mean?
Because I think kissing is one of those things where like it's hard to be a bad kisser. If
No,
you,
it's not.
If you
Yeah,
just
okay, but
hold on, it's hard to be a bad kisser if you just like have any sort of knowledge of like
Reciprocation.
and like body language and like how people move and stuff. Like you could tell when people are into things and when people are uncomfortable with certain things. If you just have that natural knowledge of people,
Yeah.
you can adjust yourself.
It's the same way I think everyone should be able to cook, and you said no.
I don't think it's the same thing.
I think it's the same.
I don't think it's the
I
same.
think it's.
I think we helped this guy out though.
Yeah,
I think
baby
so, too.
steps, brother.
Yeah, take your baby steps. And
All right.
you'll fuck some soon.
Let's do one more. Okay, Dear Relentless, seeking validation. Hey guys, so basically I have a close friend of mine that currently has a boyfriend, but she had to move for a temporary job opportunity in Australia for 2 years. She mentioned to me that she wanted to create a Tinder just to see what kind of guys she could attract. I obviously told her absolutely not, but unfortunately this isn't the first person that I know that has basically wanted external validation from someone else. I also have a guy acquaintance that told me that he did the same thing while he was in university with his girlfriend. The girlfriend found out and was furious and broke up with him, but I find it, I think crazy that we meant, that 2 people that I know are seeking validation externally. Am I wrong for telling her not to get Tinder? Also, if you're curious, the first person is non-black and the second guy is black. Okay, so the girl's non-black and the guy is black.
Yeah, I mean,
Nah, you're not wrong at all.
why should somebody be dating and be on a dating app?
Well,
That is a thing people do. I remember I used Tinder for like a little couple months in university. Like, you know, when I was
That's the last time I used it too.
Yeah. and I
damn
just-
liar.
When
facts.
Tinder came out, everyone tried it.
Yes.
I didn't go on Tinder.
You never been on it in your
you
life?
didn't make a profile ever.
I don't think so, no.
You never did Hinge, Bumble, none of that?
I did Bumble.
Ew.
Well, that
for
ain't
a
no better.
sec.
That ain't no
That's
better.
the ones that we would use too,
she's
eh?
so ew
Where
and
women have to go first.
Yeah.
How you ew in Tinder and you just use the other
Because
one?
Bumble-
That's like me saying I drink Pepsi and you say ew, but I drink Coke.
First of all, yes, that's exactly it. Coke is 10 times better than Pepsi, 1,000%.
All
But
right.
Bumble has better features.
Well, there goes our Pepsi brand.
Tinder,
deal.
Tinder just feels too like, huh.
And Bumble.
Like, you know?
And Bumble is what?
Bumble feels a little bit more,
Liberating because the women have the power to
yeah,
approach.
like
Okay.
it's less men in your face. Like when I was on Bumble, I was able to navigate it better than like just bare men just like coming at me.
I do
Like,
think that
move.
is a better approach.
I agree. I'm just saying.
I was on
like
Tinder
swatting-
before Bumble.
It's
Though.
like swatting
Yeah,
flies
same.
all day.
I never used
I
Bumble.
never-
I just
Bumble
Tinder.
didn't
But
exist
people
when I was
did
on
use it
Tinder.
for friends. People did use it. Like, okay, I'm gonna be in this city for a little bit. Let me get on Tinder and put my location for this area and see the people that I meet and
I have
on a
friends who-
friendship networking type shit. Like, yeah,
I have
that
friends
happens.
who've done Tinder. I have friends who've done Bumble. I have friends who've done Hinge. Have some success stories, some failures. Of friends who I know have done it. But like even I think I did like Hinge like before this. Now also I feel like me having this podcast and being on a dating app, hell no. Not to toot my own term, but
Yo, I seen an NFL player on Hinge.
Really?
Yeah.
See?
Well, pause. I wasn't.
Yeah, wait.
Whoa. On Twitter.
Okay.
oh okay.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Shaky
So-
warrior.
But Hinge, I think I had Hinge for like an hour once. Like this is way before the podcast. Maybe this was like before like COVID.
Yeah.
I had Hinge for like an hour and I was like, yo, this is like being like, huh? Oh, super bored. It was COVID.
This is COVID
Yeah,
times. You
literally.
wanted some.
I was just bored.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
you
let me
wanted
see
to
what's
lay
going-
up with some.
No. Because
It's been a minute.
COVID was.
Damn, so it was like, so you were there like
That was your last
Hinge
resort.
for an hour and then you deleted it and then you were like, I should start a podcast. Like that.
Yeah, it's kind
that's
of
the
like I was
timing
on
of
Hinge
things.
literally for maybe like an hour or two, and I got super overwhelmed and it was really scary, and I deleted it. And then I went on like Clubhouse, and I was like, well, I can pull mad niggas on here.
Girls were
So,
people were using Clubhouse as a dating app.
I'm telling you, listen.
Moan
if the
rooms.
world was open, the moan rooms were literally disgusting. If the world was open during my Clubhouse era,
You would have got cracked?
no.
What? What?
What are you
what
trying to say though? What are you trying to say?
That's what she's saying in
Not at all.
code. You would have met
No.
more niggas and done more things.
No.
What's the okay?
No.
What's the conclusion?
Yeah.
I'm
clarify.
just saying, I would have had built way stronger like connections.
Okay.
Connections.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been a hoe that you're trying to say. I wasn't like, I'm just saying, if it was open, I would have been like way sicker.
Why?
Because the people that I was talking to on Clubhouse, I would have been plugged to like crazy shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because we know this. The celebrities
The
were
celebrities
using
were on
Clubhouse to
Clubhouse.
run game. All the baddies bringing them up.
The
Like
first rule, I'll never
all
forget
of
this.
that,
The
bro.
first time I joined Clubhouse, I had like no followers. The first room I ever joined was with Metro Boomin.
Oh wow.
And all I remember, I was in the crowd, and all I remember seeing like Metro Boomin invited you to be a speaker. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's what
Like,
they were
how does
doing.
this
They were
shit
giving
work?
the
And
baddies
then I
voices.
accepted it, and then all of a sudden I had like speaking abilities. I had a green star beside my name. And it was like Metro Boomin made you a
Oh.
moderator. And I
And
was
then-
like, Metro Boomin? And then I was like, oh, this app is sick.
And then people got addicted. And
Oh, I was
people got addicted
addicted.
to not only to Clubhouse, people got addicted to the green beam.
Oh, the green bean. Yeah,
God
that's what we used to
forbid you
call
be
it.
in a room and you're not a speaker. People are flipping out.
Yeah.
It's like being in VIP in the club. No one wanted to just be in the crowd. You had to be on
It
the
was
stage.
honestly.
That's funny.
I
Yeah, I
keep
remember
talking
that
about this,
dynamics.
but like someone needs to do like a documentary social study of the Clubhouse era because we were
was sick.
psychotic on that app. Like I will admit, I was psychotic on that app.
What was a psychotic thing you did?
I was addicted.
Okay,
Like I would wake up and open Clubhouse. I'd be on Clubhouse for hours on hours on hours a day. Jumping rooms, starting rooms, talking to celebrities.
Being a
like,
contestant on dating
being a
shows.
contestant on For the Love of Maul.
Oh wow.
Like
yes.
yes. So I was just like, guys, when I tell you, it was crack. I was religiously on Clubhouse.
You've never been more addicted to an app
Never been
than
more
that.
addicted to the app than that.
Okay.
And I
Wow.
haven't opened it since the
Okay.
world though. But I
So-
think Clubhouse was the perfect recipe. Everyone was inside. We had nothing to do. Everything was closed. Okay, but we could all talk to each other in this massive group chat? Hell fucking yeah.
Do you think you would have been as addicted to Clubhouse if you did not have so much access? Like if you were just in the crowd for a majority of the time, do you think you would be on it as much?
Probably not.
Fair.
Probably not. But I was mixing and mingling.
Yeah,
in
but
that
she
bitch.
started with 0 followers.
What
right?
was the
Literally,
question?
we all did.
No, but
Sorry.
yeah, doesn't matter. What was the question?
Oh, seeking validation. Sorry.
Oh,
So,
the Tinder. No,
yes.
you're not wrong for telling your friend not to download Tinder. That's a
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
open and shut case.
But it's also kind of, but my thing is also, people still, like, yes, you can be in a relationship, but you still want to know in a little bit. And this is what Aisha Curry got flamed for. You still want to know that,
Still got it.
yeah, other people still at least find you attractive
Yeah, for sure.
even when you're in a relationship.
It's human.
Like I've never, to me, the whole letting go when I have a man thing has never been in my DNA.
Yeah,
I will get sexier when I have a man. Are you crazy?
Yeah, shout out to the women that do
Like
that.
there's no way I'm just gonna start letting myself go just because, oh, well, he loves me. So?
I hate the concept of relationship weight, bruh.
Okay, you know what? You're just fat phobic. So.
That's what you're talking about.
No,
Well, what are
letting
you
yourself
what are you
go
talking
can be,
about then?
bro. I know girls who don't get their hair done anymore. They don't care to get their nails done. They don't care to dress up.
They stop hitting the gym.
And I'm not, I'm not saying that is a factor.
All
yes.
right.
But I'm just saying, outside there is other ways to get comfortable outside of gaining weight.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Like
when
I
people
know,
do
like
that.
yeah, I'm not getting my hair done this month because like I'm a man anyways. I'm not going nowhere. Or I don't get my nails done this month because da 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 this. Oh, it's just him. Only he sees me. Oh, I don't care.
That's
no.
real. That's real. It's
If
multifaceted.
if I haven't whatever. When I'm married, have a man, my nails are always gonna be done. My hair is always gonna be laid. I'm always gonna be however I want my body, whether it's slim, thick, whatever it is. I feel like I go harder when I have a man because now it's like, oh yeah,
So you know some friends that just say fuck it and just let themselves go?
friends, family, yeah.
Damn. Do you page them?
I don't page them directly where it's like, but I'm kind of like, girl, like
Yeah.
baddie first,
Yeah, hell
always until you're a mom. Then it's mom first, baddie second.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But
back.
to me, it's like I don't want to say I'm shallow, but to me, there's power in looking good.
Yeah.
There's
and
power.
If anything,
Yeah.
it's quasi for the world, but it's really for your man too.
But
Yeah,
it's
like-
for my man. It's for me. Like I feel like when I'm in a relationship, it's like, yeah, I want to look good all the time
Look good, feel good, yeah.
because I want to feel good with myself and how I look, and then my man's gonna feel even better because I'm confident in how I
Yeah.
am.
Listen. Even when these girls are in a relationship, when they post a picture, they don't only want one like.
Yeah. or else they would have just. Hey,
Let's be honest.
it's true. And people that argue that,
Boy,
it
potted.
ain't true. Because if you only wanted your man to see, you would have just sent it to him. You posted it on the ground.
Yes,
Let's be real.
that's true.
Tinder's too far, but these girls are, they're according
Wait,
to
with
And
the
then,
mom.
if you want to still know how, if people are on you, like I'm sure you have an Instagram.
Yeah.
Like
Just go crazy.
people
on
ain't
there.
in your DM. Look at your DMs.
Yeah.
Who's
It's
coaxing
that
that?
simple.
Man, the Lent is.
Fiend.
Well, I'm fiending.
Coke fiend.
Wow.
Nah, that
crazy.
Coca-Cola looks
Sounds-
crazy.
That's sick.
Let me drink my sparkling water.
We're mid-potted, so it's just like
I just
Jesus.
zoomed in
She's
and
drinking
there's two.
flavored sparkling water
That's crazy.
on her pop lent.
just starts frothing at the mouth.
Trying it
At a
loopholes.
Coke.
But
She's
I always,
soaking. She's soaking.
That's so cool.
I'm soaking still.
That's so cool.
Cause stop drinking it in front of me. It's crazy.
If I knew, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, come on, man.
But yeah, yo.
This person's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. Don't let her bully you.
Fix up,
No,
man.
drink it. Drink your Coke. I'm sorry. I just had
Fix
a moment.
up, man. You're not wrong.
As I scratched.
It's all good.
I had a
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You have an addiction?
That Coke, is it cold?
Yo, so
Cold
yo.
Coke? Oh man.
These are fiend
won't
questions.
lie.
I like pot. I've never. Wow.
I'm not a Coke person. I'm talking about Coca-Cola, by the way, for anyone. I don't really like Coca-Cola, but some days
Sweet drinks.
when it's like
Like-
hot outside, you see like a nice cold Coke in the fridge, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I've never
drink
felt
that.
that way.
Never?
I've never felt that way.
I get it like once in a blue moon, and just seeing that Coke just lighting up with that red and that light,
That's an addiction.
thirsty.
A red bottle, can, what do you...
You like the glass bottle where you can see the ice slowly rolling
it's
down the
sweating?
glass. Yeah.
Condensing.
This is sick.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yo, the
I won't
convenience.
lie, when you crack the can and you have like 2 ice cubes in the glass and you hear it pour,
Is this your fetish?
This is sick.
Oh, he
you
put the
hear
sound
it
effect
fizzle.
on.
Oh my god. Ah! Goddamn.
This is
good
sick.
Coke.
Yo, what the fuck is going
Do they have good Fanta in Jamaica?
Good Fanta?
That's not a thing.
I
That
drink
might be
a-
more
They
African.
don't really drink Fanta.
I drink like
What's it? The
like
DG?
DG.
The
DG?
DG?
Like
that-
cola
is that pop?
champagne, pineapple, grape.
The one in the bottle.
Oh,
that
the
you get at
pineapple.
You never had
at the
DG
Jamaican
pop?
restaurant.
I don't think
No,
so.
not Grace.
And it has like the
DG.
cat on the bottle.
Nah, bro. I just grabbed the mango drink from the Jamaican spot.
But do they have do they have DG in Canada?
Yeah,
I've had Grace in Canada. I've never had D.
Grace.
they have.
You guys drink
Man.
malt too, right?
I don't.
I don't. But trust me, your sugar levels are gonna spike when we're in Jamaica, yo.
Why?
Because you're gonna drink mad pop
Why?
just because it's there and it tastes amazing. And that's
Nah,
what-
I'm gonna
that's
drink
what-
Red Stripe.
That's
Gotta
what
give
it-
him a
yeah.
bug juice.
But you're gonna have the sorrel red stripe though, and the sorrel red stripe is sweet, but it tastes
sugar?
nice.
Tell you, just give him a bag juice and it'll be good.
Bag juice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But
Anyways,
that
what's
shit
next?
doesn't like give you diarrhea.
Nah.
Okay.
Is that why you're drinking the pop over the water? Because you don't like you gotta be mindful.
All right, let's move on to let's get through these topics. Where are we now? John Morant suspended? I didn't even know that.
No, my bad.
No,
he
he
wasn't
didn't get
suspended. He was fined.
Fine.
Oh, 75K for the
75,000.
gun fingers? Pow, 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 pow. But come on now. I think we're pushing it. Now.
But you know what? I do think it's pushing it a little, but the connotation of the league repeatedly telling him over and over again to specifically not only not have guns on the IG Live, I don't think you would have to tell him to not to do that, but they have to. Just stop doing that gesture. They specifically are telling him, stop doing the gun fingers. And 4 minutes into the game where they told him the game before to stop doing it, 4 minutes in, he's doing gun fingers, you know? So he's
hype.
I
Okay,
know.
but doesn't LeBron do like a...
The whole NBA does it.
I was gonna say.
The entire NBA does it.
Every time they shoot threes, isn't it like...
Melo's like this.
Yeah, like the
people
guy-
doing
I,
bow and
I
arrows.
do
like,
think it's OD and that they should allow him, but like when you have the history that he's had and they're explicitly making it a rule, like, yo, you are not allowed to make gun fingers. Like that's a wrap. And you're just like, fuck it. I'm doing it every game. Like some Nike, like Jordan paying the fine every game to wear the shoes type shit. Like it seems like he's just unwavered.
I
you
rate
know?
it. Keep
I rate that. Like do it
I
every
think-
game and get fined and
I
pay
don't
the
think
fine.
it's fair because it's literally like, it's not like he's just like running down the court and just throwing up, like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously did he not hit a bucket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. And that's like every celebratory, like how many, like you said,
Doing
Carmelo
it to the
Anthony
crowd.
does it. Like everyone does it. They load the gun up.
Buddy Hield did it to him before that
Yeah.
Oh, in the
game.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Yeah.
they like blow the, like what are we talking about?
There's a lot of gun celebrations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the aim. Like you're a shooter. Duh.
But when you've been,
I understand, but now we're dragging it.
I think-
because like
Now go ahead.
then
Sorry, go ahead.
nobody should be able to do gun fingers in the NBA.
yeah, that's kind of what they're at they're risking.
Like what do we? But that's whack. Like now we're
Yeah.
taking the sauce out of shit.
NBA's dumb soft, but I think Ja's just at a point where I think he knows that the NBA is trying to clip him.
Yeah.
And he's kind of
Clip
rebelling
him what? Like
against
out
it.
the league?
No, not out the league. It's just like they're
trying to
just saying
subdue
you're
him.
not the guy anymore. Like we're
Yeah.
not pushing
Buy the
you.
program and drink the Kool-Aid. You know?
Yeah,
Like, that's what
and
they're trying to get
also
him to do.
he's on some stuff where it's like you guys aren't gonna tell me what I can and can't do. Like I'm a person. I'm not a workhorse. I can do what I want. I could throw up whatever sign I want. And realistically, unless it's like harmful in nature, you should be able to. So
It's nothing. And like,
even when people get fined for like throwing up gang signs, why? It's not harmful.
I mean,
That one's a little-
even Chris Brown's
I don't
telling
even
people
think
don't
that's
wear
different.
red at the concert.
you don't. Okay.
Chris-
That's
Wait.
a hotter take.
I don't
Wait,
think
hold
that's.
on.
I don't think it's.
Well,
different.
didn't Chris Brown say he said I am breezy?
Yeah.
But the first half of the message says
He's telling
we're,
people
we're
don't.
promoting positivity here. We don't want people to get the wrong message. Please stop wearing red bandanas. Please
Yeah.
stop wearing red.
But that doesn't
But
mean.
I am Briss Brown. Like
Yeah,
I am
Briss Brown, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he's not going to wear red. He's
Yeah.
telling you guys who aren't in none of this, don't do that because you might get yourself caught up.
Yeah.
That's
So
different.
that is
But
different.
to
Okay,
stick
yeah.
on the NBA point, because that's a hotter take. So you
I don't think it's hurting
you don't
nobody.
think it's hurting anybody if NBA players are throwing up gang signs.
If this
Gang
is-
signs is different than a little like gun finger, like
If this
bang,
is-
hit a three.
I wouldn't do it personally, but like if this
Because
is the choice,
announcers say bang. Like you know what I'm saying? When they hit threes, you hear like bang.
Bang!
but
Yeah,
that's-
the
So
mic
what are
bring
we
back.
talking
yeah,
about?
but that's not one blood. Like
No, but I'm talking about that is different. I think
John
the
Wall-
gang
John
signs-
Wall was
sorry. No, I know what you mean.
Yes, I'm saying
Now I
the
know
whole
what you
gun
mean.
thing. Like even
Yeah.
announcers be like,
I thought you were- I
boom,
thought you were on his
bang.
side.
You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
John Wall was throwing up neighborhood. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
mid-game.
John Wall. Like,
Like-
the gang signs is different because now you're kind of like
Yeah,
you're pushing a narrative that's a little bit deeper than just
criminal
Steve Jackson.
organization.
I don't
Steven
know.
Jackson.
yeah.
I don't know because I think you can make a case that morally you shouldn't do it because there are young kids that look up to you.
That's the case we're making.
But in terms of just like in the league, I don't see anything wrong with it if this is what you're deciding to do. Like, it's not hurting nobody. I don't think that, I don't think that really does anything.
no-
if you're a part of this,
Yeah. But what about if it makes a kid go like, oh, damn, that's cool. Let me start throwing that up.
yeah, now that's different. Now you can make a case for that. But then also at the same time, a lot of athletes tell you, bro, I'm not a role model. Why don't,
Yeah, they're
So-
not listening to that
Can't say
speech.
that. They're in the public eye every day. Like,
Yeah.
no one's gonna follow their influence.
Yes, I agree, but I do understand how people are saying that, like, if I'm telling you don't follow me and you still choose to follow me, that's your choice.
Right.
It's not like I'm presenting to be this like upstanding citizen. If I'm telling you, yo, I'm not a role model. The things that I do should not be what you try to do. At that point, I don't know.
You could argue that like people became Crips in like the UK and shit because of Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Became Crips, like actually in the Crip gang, or just like
They,
started like
they created their own Crip gangs. They
Like, they
exist
created
in
it.
London. In London or fuck it.
Yeah,
I mean, New York
'cause-
is more because of
'cause
the
it's
prison system.
glorified.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now-
if that can happen, like an NBA player playing prime time, 20 million viewers or whatever, he's throwing that shit up. I can influence a couple people.
Because, like, for example, if my kid is playing and say he's 14 and he hits a three
And
and
he
he
starts-
goes bang, okay, cool. If my son's 14, hits a three and starts throwing up, okay, hey,
Yeah.
out the
Yeah, and then
you're
you just-
out.
You're
We're
cracking
out.
the whip too, right?
And then
If that
you
your
just-
kid's doing that.
Yeah. And then you just
Okay.
tell him, hey, don't do that.
All right.
And then it's done.
But what
your
about
kid
if he
listens
doesn't
to you,
have
then
a
it's done.
father?
Then your mother tell him, hey, don't do that. Now, I'm not arguing for it. I don't think people should do it either. But I'm saying I get it when people say, yo, I'm not a role model. Like you can't force somebody to be a role model.
Yeah. If you're Adam Silver, you're not
I
finding
get
out.
that, but you're also in the public eye and you're an employee of this association that doesn't stand for that.
Yeah, but then it gets sticky because like sports and culture are very like cross-pollinated.
I agree.
So it's like I can do certain things, I can't do certain things. You guys choose what I can and can't do. Like,
And be
I can
mindful
wear a-
of it. Like you're making it
I
cool.
think the gang signs is pushing it though. Like I agree there should be some more flexibility. Like yes, you're not 100% a role model. You do have flaws and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you are employed by this association.
yeah.
So like
I
certain
agree.
things
And I'm
you
just
can't
I'm
do.
just playing devil advocate here. But also because then like who chooses what the gang signs are? If you guys aren't a part of none of these gangs, how do you know what I'm throwing up is a gang sign? It's a slippery slope.
I don't know.
I also think telling them not
You'd be a good lawyer, man.
telling
Yeah,
anybody
it's a
not to
slippery
do
slope.
something makes it cool.
Because
right?
what if us in this room came up with a sign?
Yeah.
What's
Do
the
it right now.
relentless? What's the relentless gang sign?
I don't know. Make a R. Something.
Right,
Say, say we made a R. Whatever. I can't see it.
Yeah.
Right? Say we made a R.
Better see you
Right?
at the live recording throwing up the Mars.
Say we made that, right? Somehow by some fluke I make the NBA and I'm throwing up the R and now I'm getting fined because they say it's a gang sign.
Well,
that's
you'd have
real.
to explain that. Hey, I was on this podcast a couple years ago, and we
But they're
made this
not. But they're
sign.
not hearing that. They're just associating any hand movements that these young black kids are doing with a gang.
Oh,
Young
It's a
black
slippery
kids,
slope.
hand gestures.
Damn.
my
Gets-
lawyer Brian Stell.
All I'm saying is it could be a slippery slope.
Hey, man. If I get
What
caught
if
up in
your
a jam,
neighborhood homies y'all make a sign? Now you're telling me that we're a gang just because I have a sign and it's a bunch of young black kids?
I hear you, but I still think you're stretching it, Brian Steele.
it's a reach.
Anyways, okay, what do you want to talk about? Is podcasting still allowed to be fun?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm looking.
That's
I was looking forward to this. What do you mean by that?
Oh man, this could even go back into what I was just talking about. I feel like, and I think I saw this because I started thinking of this because, like, I rarely check comments, but I looked at the comments of the video when me and Mucho were talking about the sparkling water versus the still water.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like, yo, first of all, like, how do people not clearly see that we're trolling? That's number one. And then two, I've kind of come to this realization that I feel like podcasting podcasting needs a rebrand. Podcasting as a whole needs a rebrand. Because podcasting is the only medium where everything that you say is taken 100% serious.
Or like people
you're not
put
allowed
everything you say literally.
Yeah, you're not allowed to joke. There's no nuance. There's nothing. I could say something on the podcast and people could be mad at it. And I could say verbatim the same words in a skit and people would not be mad at it. It's just because I'm sitting on a couch with a mic in front of me, people take things that you say a different way.
You mean this? Yeah.
And it's like, yo, what happened to just being able to laugh and joke and have fun and just talk shit with your friends? Like we've lost that essence of podcasting where every podcast clip that people see, they're taking everything literally. And it's like nobody could joke and have fun anymore. And just because people disagree with you, then it's defund podcast. People need degrees before they have podcast. Like people say things that people are gonna disagree with all day, every day, whether it's Twitter, podcasting, Tumblr, like whatever you're on, I'm sure you say stuff like that. People aren't gonna be like, people need English degrees before they tweet. And people say stupid stuff on Twitter 24/7.
Yeah.
But Twitter,
Podcasting is very
You don't have
targeted.
a platform.
Yes, you do.
With your podcast, this is a platform and people listen to you. So you are expected to be held to a higher standard because you have an audience. Hundreds of thousands of people follow you across all social media platforms.
It's your duty.
You have thousands of listeners every month, tens of thousands of listeners every month. You are responsible for saying the right things to your audience. You are not human. You are an AI bot for podcasts.
Word. Like, that's foolishness. Because a lot of these people, if you have a lot of followers, and even a lot is subjective to whoever, on any platform, then technically you shouldn't be saying anything out of line on any platform that you have a certain amount of followers. But people only hold podcasting to that standard. And I think it's foolishness, bro. People need to take the stick out their ass and just watch stuff, laugh. You can disagree, but it's not everyday thesis on trying to dissect why people are saying what they're saying. And like, come on, y'all. Like, it needs to stop.
I also think it's like a big part of it for the podcasting in particular is like, I hate when people put culture next to certain words, but clip culture when it comes to podcasting. And I think streaming, it kind of has the same thing. Cause like, I think the art of a good, not art, but I think the magic of like what makes a good podcast clip great is like you're taking something that took a long time to explain and you're making it happen really quick. You're taking a 7-minute story and you're putting it into 45 seconds and you're leaving out contextual bits and things like that. So like, I think a lot of people that get in a comment section about something said in a clip that even if they were being serious, you know, if you were to watch them walk through that whole segment or whatever for 5 minutes rather than the 30 seconds you watch it, you'd probably land a different opinion. You know, I think that's common.
I agree. People think we're clip farming all the time, especially when Mucho says shit. I'm like, no, it's actually what he said.
But that's how I act in real life too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Because that's the thing. I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Marlon, where it's like, if anybody on earth, if you sit down and talk for 3 hours, you're going to say something wrong. You're going to say something stupid. You're going to say something disrespectful at some point in time within that. You're not going to talk for 3 hours and just be politically correct the whole
The
entire
entire
time
time.
and say everything right and be super smart the whole entire time. It's impossible. And people hold podcasters to that standard, and it doesn't make sense to me.
I will say this though. I think I disagree with your premise though, because when you look at any podcast clip, you guys have the engagement, but I assume that there's more likes than comments.
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Yeah.
The comments, which is engagement, could skew negative because that's when people are gonna have something to say when they disagree. It's, you know, you could only put so many laughing emojis.
like that person on Twitter said, planes that land safely don't make the news.
There you go. Yeah, that's a bar. So for the most part, like people are just liking and going along their business. You know what I mean? The engagement is going to skew negative, especially as, you know, algorithmically shit is going to keep skewing to like audiences where they want to comment, where all the videos that come to their timeline is gonna be the ones
interact
that
with.
that really triggers interactions.
Yeah.
Which more times is gonna be disagreements. I think that's why we're seeing it like that. But for the most part, everybody who consumes this content is just like you and me. They're gonna look at it, they're gonna laugh, they're gonna like it maybe, and then the third most likely option is they're gonna comment if they have something to say. So I don't know. I kind of disagree. I think people enjoy the content. I don't know.
Yeah. I get what
see
you're
that.
saying, and I agree.
Yeah.
But I think I'm more talking about on a macro level, like the undertone of podcasting is different than other socials. Because what you're saying, it counts for if you make skits or if you make YouTube videos. It's different. And I feel like girls have said this. If you meet a guy and he says, I have a podcast, they go, ugh.
Oh yeah, it does have a negative.
Yeah.
It has like
Yeah.
a negative connotation to it that other mediums don't have. And I don't think it should, because just because you have a podcast does not mean like you're some red pill guy bashing
Yeah.
women. You feel me? Like,
When you talk to people, do you leave out the fact that you're on a podcast?
no, I don't leave it out, but it's not my like main thing. I just say I'm a content creator.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and there are some people
I
that
never tell people I podcast.
Why?
It is never. I just like never lead with that.
No, not
Yeah.
agree with it, but like it comes to a conversation like, oh, I do this, but I also have a podcast. Like you don't really.
Not
just
really.
said you're like in marketing.
People are like, you look familiar. I'm like, really? From where?
Oh yeah. Because podcasting has a negative connotation.
No, just because.
Just unrelated. It's just
Don't
you,
watch me.
You don't want to talk about what you do.
And then it gets
after work.
into like, oh, what do you talk about? And then, oh, what it takes. And then, oh, and then start arguing. It's like, bro, okay, see?
Yeah, and then they
It's my least favorite thing. What do you guys talk about?
Yeah, I hate that question.
how do you answer that?
Literally,
Pop culture, trending topics. Like, how do you?
everything.
Like, what specific? I'm like, oh.
People ask all the time, well, what's your podcast about? And I'm like, I don't know. It's literally me talking to 3 of my friends. I don't know what to tell you.
There's a good way to shut it down if it's a white person asking you, say black culture. They'll stop right
Yeah,
there.
Damn, that's a good
I should start
answer.
doing
Black
that.
people stuff.
Especially at work.
Stuff you wouldn't know
What's it
about.
about? Black. Being black.
Like if it's an Uber driver, it's like, oh, you got so many bags. Are you a musician? No, I'm a podcast. Oh, what do you guys? Black stuff.
Yeah, then you put your earphones in.
With the
yeah.
stare after.
Yeah.
Black stuff.
I'm going to talk about this interaction, actually.
Yeah.
But you're right, it does have a negative connotation.
It happens with comedy, stand-up comedy.
What do you mean?
Being a comedian.
That like comedians go up there and say their jokes and people kind of will see them saying something that out of context would sound horrible. And it's like, oh my God, this is exactly what you mean. And it's like, he's making a joke, you know? And I also think that's why stand-up comedians and comedy in general is one of the biggest or the most tangible extensions of podcasting. Like some of the best podcasts, like Joe Rogan, like all that, is comedians. And I think some of the best guests are stand-up comedians. Like
Yeah.
the Hassan episode was fire.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's, to talk to
Let
a
people
certain
talk and have fun with it. Like give that
word.
space.
Like we need to be able to. I don't know.
Go
Because
ahead.
I'm just trying to articulate it properly. Like we need to be able to laugh, bro. Some people like just. Even referencing that video, I've seen some people be like, yeah, they're joking, but they're really being true. They're really being serious because guys, da-da-da-da. But the thing is, it's like, yeah, but like J. Cole said, all good jokes contain true shit. You think things are funny because there is a little bit of truth to the joke. There is no joke that you think is funny that you don't kind of like see where they're coming from in a bit. Or else, like you wouldn't think it's funny because you don't relate to it. You might not fully agree, but you agree a little bit.
Those are the funniest jokes where there's like a little bit of truth, but you're mad that you think it's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
greatest
So it's
ones.
like, and everyone has those types of jokes. It's just because yours is a different category than ours that makes us wrong and you guys right. Come on, yo. Everybody just needs to ease up,
Yeah. I think like somebody like you're probably like, I'm probably up there, but you're probably even worse. There's probably nothing that offends you.
Nah, I wouldn't
don't
say
agree with
that. There are
So I can't
offensive.
think of something that, unless it's personal, I can't think of anything that offends you.
I would say it like this. There are things that offend me, but I think I'm very good at listening before I react. So like you could say something offensive to me and I would want to know why you think that way before I say you're a bad person. That was wrong. Don't ever say that again.
That's real.
You know? So
like when Vic Mensa called academics a bitch. What do you mean by that?
I remember that. Like, yeah, so certain people are more reactionary. Like, if I was in that situation and Vic Mensa called me a bitch, I'd be like, why? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, you know? I'm not gonna be like, yo, why you why? Like I'm not a snap trigger wild out type of person. Even people be called to be like, yo, how do you let Zoe talk to you like that? Like, bro, like, it's not that
Who says
serious.
that?
People say
I
that to
wanna
me
know who say
all
that.
the time.
Because
It's a regular thing.
People
Because
say that to me all the time.
I want to
Couch
know.
gets spicy sometimes.
Does it? I want to know if I spoke to them the way I spoke to you. What are they gonna do to me?
This is what I'm saying. A lot of people
I say that back to them sometimes. Like, what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen? You come and sit
what I'm
right there. And
saying.
what's the
But
difference?
people say that. I'm like, yo. So what do you? Are you gonna come and hit
Some
me? Like, what are you
people-
trying to say? What do you? When men ask you guys, how you gonna talk to you? What the fuck are you gonna do? Are you gonna
I
come and
think
punch me in my face?
I don't think
What do you
people.
want to do?
I don't think people are going that far, but I think a lot of people
But that's
are
the
very,
connotation that they're leading with when they say so. Yo, how you gonna talk to like that? What the fuck
yeah.
are you gonna
Something
do?
more aggressive.
But yeah,
If you're
I
gonna
think
hit me, then say that. Then call the police.
I don't think people. I don't think
I don't know if they're
people
going
go
there, but
all the way that far. But a lot of guys are more down for the argue back and forth. The yo, don't talk to me like that. I'm not a blah blah blah. Blah. Yeah,
You know what I'm gonna do? Tell you to leave,
Yeah, yeah, and I
or
agree.
I'm gonna leave.
I just don't think.
Someone's gonna
But you
leave.
and I have had back and forth before, so I'm confused.
But like a clip like where you walked off or whatever like that. Like I think some people who may not be as familiar listeners or they're just seeing it in their algorithm.
Oh, and I was like, bitch.
Yeah, they may see that and think you really that's 100% your emo. Because even when you get animated, worked up, and whatever, like you're not like we record another like
Yeah.
we're continuing the talk. It's not like you're actually bent.
I
and,
think
like,
the disconnect is people think when I get like that, I'm speaking out of like distaste or I'm speaking out of I can't stand you. I'm speaking out of anger. That's literally just me speaking out of
Passion.
excitement. Like never once would I speak to you. Like if I ever feel offended by you guys, I would never react that way. It would be way more serious than that.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, like it would be like, yo,
And I think in real
like-
life, and I think just because in real life, certain people, like, if they've ever been in those situations, it's like met with disrespect. So they feel like if a woman's yelling at them, it's disrespectful when they're calling them names and this and that. So some people just like react to things a certain way. I feel like I'm very like Mucho, where it's like, it would take a lot for me to genuinely like get out of character and get
If I didn't
angry
punch
and
you in your
get
face right
mad
now.
and like.
that was really close. Also,
That was very close.
That was crazy.
Sorry. I feel how long my arms were.
Zoe don't know her reach.
That's a clip of her speech.
She got saved by her
Anyways.
This
wingspan.
is what they're talking
Yeah.
about. Sorry.
Yeah.
Someone get her a Coke. Someone get this girl a Sprite or a ginger ale.
Like it's really not
Hitting her
that.
co-hosts.
Ooh, I didn't realize.
I think
my
I
arms-
just to
I should
put
put
a
a
box.
boxer.
I don't think
I got long.
those girls. Those girls will have you seeing
Are
stars.
you done? Yeah, they flip my ass. Are you crazy?
But anyways, to put a button on it,
I
yeah.
can like street fight, but
I
box
think
fight?
things are just
Sorry, I'm not gonna say.
a majority of things in life just aren't that serious
That's
to
it.
get worked
Facts.
up about.
It's a good way.
And
to look
also
at
now that I've been sitting here thinking about it, yeah, I don't think NBA players should throw up gang signs. I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I changed my mind. You see the beauty of life.
Yeah, you get
You
to
can change your mind.
Yeah. You
can change your
You
mind.
get to change your
life.
mind.
I love that.
You can change your mind.
That's
you can
great.
That's another thing with podcasts. They swear that once you say something, it's
believe
etched
what you
in
think
stone
forever.
and it's concrete. You are allowed to be like, I was wrong, or
Yeah.
I changed my mind.
Now that I think about it, yeah, you know, they should be able to.
You know?
Wrong, and we've said like, yeah, my bad. You guys were wrong.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you should have people should allow you the space to do that. You should be able to be like, I was kind of wrong, or no, I changed my mind. Like I don't like that's not
That's
That's how I
maturity.
judge people.
Yeah.
By when you find out you're wrong, how do you react?
it's not human nature to just like you're not gonna be right all the time, or if you're thinking through your thoughts, like thinking,
I do think it's human nature to double down, though.
out of pride.
I think people
just gotta fight it.
people go to
Pride.
hell just because they can't.
It's out of
stand
pride,
being-
yeah.
I don't know if it's out of pride or just I really like this is not. I'm not changing my mind. Like, I'm doubling down on this. I'm not changing my mind.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think
if
it's
you-
pride.
but if
I think
you-
it's more. This is what I believe. 110%. I'm sticking
If it's
by.
something subjective, sure. But if it's something concrete where it's like, you've been proven wrong and you're still like, nah, like I believe this. It's like, come on, like,
Yeah.
But okay, but what though?
I know people that still think Kobe's top 3. Like, yo, give it a break.
This is
So-
a bit of a.
that is subjective.
Yeah.
That is-
That's
yeah.
subjective.
Even the fact that you guys said that's subjective, that means you guys are doubling down. That's because as a youth, you guys saw Kobe. You're like, yo, this guy's the greatest of all
So
time.
who's top 3?
No, it's debatable.
Just
That's what I'm
Kobe's
saying.
not. It's not even debatable. It's not.
Kobe's not in top 3 at all.
That means
Objectively, you're
anybody
saying.
who thinks Kobe's top 3 is too stubborn. There's something about them that's too stubborn in their head.
So who's the 3 to you?
Well, it has to be MJ, LeBron. Then you could talk about Kareem. You could talk about Wilt Chamberlain. I would have Shaq in front of Kobe. Right? Like the majority of his rings, the majority of Kobe's rings was Shaq was the number 1 guy.
Would you have Steph Curry in front of Kobe?
That's a little bit more controversial, but yeah, I would.
I'm not mad.
Clip
at that.
it.
Yeah, for real. Holy smokes.
We're getting on NBA Centel tomorrow.
Tim
Would you put Joe?
Duncan's better than Kobe. Has a better career than Kobe. Yeah.
He has a better career.
That's a difference. A better career is
Yeah.
Whatever.
debatable, 'cause that's
Better-
more
he's better-
stats-wise,
better
but
career,
He's
everything.
not better.
Would you
does that
rank?
mean?
Tim Duncan's
He's not better.
Tim Duncan's better than Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he was the best player on
He's
4 of
not-
those championships.
I have one
Better.
more of these. Would you rank Joker ahead of Kevin Durant?
Yeah. Easy.
All time.
Think
Come
about
on.
what I said though. Think about it.
Easy. Easily. He might win his 4th
When did this,
MVP,
when did
but he
this
wouldn't.
KD, like the revisionist history on KD starts? I'm seeing a lot of takes like KD's not that nice and this
KD's great.
I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know.
great. He's like a top 20 player of all time. Yeah.
Top 20.
Probably.
To
yeah.
me, I put KD.
top 15 maybe.
To me, I put KD in the same boat as I put Allen Iverson, where it's like,
Nah, KD's way better. than
KD's
all
better
that.
than
hold on,
Kawhi.
let me land the plane.
All right, land
I
the
put him in the same boat as Allen Iverson, where it's like these guys are all they're legends in their own rights. They weren't really the like winners like that. They have offspring in the league,
Yeah.
and that makes them great. But in terms of like the best of all time, I wouldn't necessarily put them up there. But there are people that put them both up there, and I'm not
AI?
mad. A lot of people have AI in their
As what?
top 5.
See, that's the problem with niggas, man.
A lot of people.
He had cool braids and tattoos.
A lot of people
And
have
he was
AI
fine
as their
as
top
shit.
5.
Still fine
You know,
as
to
shit.
the woman he
5
looked
off
good,
Aura.
or to the gay niggas he looked good. But
They changed the rule for him.
you know what I mean?
His ability.
But that doesn't mean he's top 5, man.
Some people. All I'm saying is some people have him.
Listen, and I'll say one more thing about Kobe, right? He's only had 1 MVP his whole career. Only 1.
Right.
You could argue he didn't even deserve that MVP. You could argue that Chris Paul had a better year that year.
Yeah, but
it actually went down to the end with them too.
It was more of a.
It was like
it was an apology MVP.
Apology for what?
The year that he had 81 and was averaging 35.
And then that's the same year that Steve Nash took a team that had 20 wins to 60.
18 and 11, Steve Nash. Yeah.
Yeah, but see,
You're saying Steve Nash took them to that?
But-
Like it was D'Antoni, Amari Stoudemire. Like it was a great team, a historic team.
the only significant addition, the only significant player addition was Steve Nash.
And also back then, I think
Amari
D'Antoni
was
was always coaching that team.
No, he was new there too. But Amari was on the team the year before. The only significant
Weren't
addition.
they good?
Nope. They sucked before Steve Nash came. They're awful. You could
81, averaging 35. No, give him the MVP. I don't care if he was
45 wins.
Yeah.
45 wins. That was unprecedented.
but
at the
also
time.
the
Maybe
culture of the
47 wins.
league back then was different. Like guards weren't winning MVPs at such a rapid rate. So I think Kobe did deserve some more. Because I'm looking at the list now.
Name me a year. Name
From
me years.
2000, Shaq, Allen Iverson in 01, Tim Duncan, KG, Steve Nash, Dirk. And then it changed around
What
years.
Nash was back-to-back MVP?
He was. And
Yeah.
then it was
Took two
very-
MVPs from Kobe.
So name me a year where
On
Kobe
the
deserved
Suns?
it that wasn't 07, 08. You can't.
It's tough, but
He didn't have any. So the whole thing is like you maybe have 1 or 2 years where There's an argument that Kobe was the best player in the league.
So
That's it.
So you think 01 AI put in more work than Kobe did?
It wasn't between AI and Kobe.
No,
though.
but I'm just saying in general. Like, I don't think AI had a better year necessarily than
it's-
Kobe. And we don't
Nah,
want
I
to
was-
dry out the coochies.
Well,
So it's a
and-
very sports topic right now.
In the regular season, you could probably say so because it was just AI on that team offensively. He was carrying the thing.
yeah,
Chris
he was.
Webber.
But yeah,
All right.
hey, man.
All right, moving
I
on.
would still put Kobe in my top 5.
Top 5 is fine. Whatever.
Do we want to? Well, Nav. I don't listen to Nav, and I'm sure that Mucho put this on the list that Nav sold 18K first week.
Yeah, it's just a little interesting because it's a new wrinkle in the Billboard system.
They changed something.
Can you explain that? Because I saw headlines about this. And I
So
was
they're like
interested.
super removing bundles and bots and stuff now.
Good.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Good.
So
Let's get the numbers real.
yeah.
Yep.
So before that happened, he was predicted to sell 80K.
80,000 units
80K. Yeah.
of his album.
Yeah.
80,000.
Yeah,
Nav.
Yeah, because after
People listen to Nav.
Yeah,
so.
No,
Nav
Yeah,
sold
they
out
do.
Scotiabank.
sold out is a stretch.
now he
He
sold it
sold
out.
out
He sold it the
Scotia,
fuck
Zoe.
out.
So it was sold out.
Yeah.
So remember, we saw him at Rolling Loud. He had a good set. Like
the
his
GTA,
production and
the
everything.
Indian people. Obviously, they're gonna support Indian people.
But he still
Don't
sold
do
it out.
that. Don't
It's
do
the same.
that.
What do you mean? Don't do that. It's the same way
See,
that
this
it's
is doubling down.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same way you could argue that
Go ahead.
She doesn't even have
Give me the
anything.
equivalent. Give me the equivalent. I'll give you it. Russ.
Yeah, Russ.
Because
Yeah, but Russ-
he'll sell out Scotia Arena and do 80K or something first week. Maybe not 80K, but you
Yeah.
know, because the white people listen to him. Or, yeah.
But
Yeah, you
but
know.
so what?
No, I'm just saying that's a reason.
Yeah, but he still sold it out.
Yeah.
Sold
There's
out.
It was sold out.
It was literally, I don't know what you're arguing.
you weren't able to buy more tickets. It was sold out.
I don't know if I'm buying.
It's
sold
home.
out.
It's home.
That's just hater energy, man.
I don't know if I'm buying sold out.
know about that.
I'm not buying sold out.
You know what? So people don't.
You don't be in Turks a little bit.
So people don't correct us, but I'm fairly sure it's sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
When
double
is the
check.
show?
Double check. It was like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like
this is a past
2022.
show.
Yeah.
like there's no seat open in here.
Yeah, no.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, I'm almost,
I remember seeing headlines saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, to me, that was like a crazy indication of how many bots there were. Shit like that. Because like the way that you predict how a week is gonna go charts wise, they do it on like the Monday or something after the weekend, so they don't have all the data. But
Sold out show in his hometown of Toronto. Anyways, keep going.
there you
Yeah,
go.
but when you say sold out, though,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
like people say no, but people I've been to shows like yeah, it's sold out, but I'm like
Oh, but they're curtain off some
it's
spots.
not really sold out.
Source magazine,
Like, there's
paper
some, like,
magazine,
I feel like sold out
Fader.
is more like yes, he sold.
So you need
TMZ.
oh come on.
you need video of the arena to see that he
Or do
didn't
you
curtain
need to
off
know
places.
the number of tickets
Yes,
sold?
like number of tickets sold and
Hater.
seats sat in versus.
But that's
You don't have had a #1 album before
number one on what?
on Billboard.
Yo,
Billboard 200.
we're gonna come for you.
Number
Yeah.
one. Good Intentions went #1.
Zoe is so
Yeah.
against like Navs having any kind of good anything.
yeah. Because
What
and
will we
also
need to show you to get you to buy in and believe?
I need video proof of Scotiabank Arena the night that Nav performed. If I see one empty seat that wasn't sold out.
But Kanye West sold out, so you're not questioning it at all.
No, not at all. Of course Kanye West can sell out Scotiabank. It's Kanye fucking West.
Yeah.
And what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
I,
easier.
so is that even what are you trying to say?
I'm asking, like, if you heard one thing and heard the other, you're gonna believe one thing, but not the other.
Kanye West versus Nav?
I'm not saying compete talent against the other. I'm saying if you hear one thing and you hear another, you're not gonna believe one thing.
Let me see.
we are currently looking at
I
a
don't
video.
know, man. I'm looking at a video of
Instagram.
Nav right now. I'm seeing
That's a
bare-
lot of lights.
I'm seeing lights, but there's gaps.
There's gaps.
I'm seeing lights, but
But
there's
you
gaps.
know
And
what-
Meek Mill was there. Like, come on, what are we talking about?
What does that have
Meek
to
Mill,
what?
yeah, he was doing the
Lola
tap
Brooke
song
was
with
there.
him.
But you know that if you buy a seat and still don't go to the concert, it counts as being sold out.
I understand, but I don't like that because it should be ass in seats if it's sold out.
Let me ask
That's
you some
not how
questions.
things work.
Let me
You know
ask you
what
some
I'm
questions,
saying? You know
Ori.
what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Let me give
No,
you some.
this sounds insane. I think she's trolling. I think
No, I'm
she's
not trolling
trolling.
because, like, okay. So, for example, if I'm a bot
She's not
and
trolling.
I buy 500 Nav seats, trying to resell them, but I can't. That's not a fucking sold out show.
Yeah, it's still a sold
Yeah,
out show.
it would count.
I don't like that.
Cause the bots.
Sold out, not sold out.
Yeah,
But my thing is, I understand. But my thing is, if I have a bot that can buy a shit ton of
who's
seats,
the bot?
Yes, of course.
Is the
you
bot
can.
Nav?
No, I don't know.
No,
say,
she's just saying like
people
if
resellers.
someone
resellers.
That means resellers thought that artist was so hot that they
but
could sell
sometimes
it.
they're not though. That's my point.
But even the
Like
fact,
y'all
But
still gonna
it's-
tell me it's sold out.
but it's still sold out. Because
I'll-
the concrete number of tickets have
But the
been
place empty.
purchased.
So now what?
Yo,
But it's still sold
I
the
just
place
showed
is
you a
empty.
video.
But
The
it's
place
about
is not
okay,
empty.
Okay, I'll break it down
No,
like
that's
this.
not
then.
empty,
And
but-
we could move past this. I'll break it down like this. It's not, the bottom line is not about actual people. It is about the monetary value of these seats. So if one person is in this arena,
Nav bought
but
out
all the
Scotiabank Arena
tickets
for
were
Nav.
bought.
you're such a hater.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
There's no getting through to her. Let's move on.
See?
Let's move on.
Yeah, Zoe said I don't double down like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I never said that. I said I do double down.
Let's.
Oh, no,
yeah,
okay,
she
you
did.
I did. I said I
We
do
said
double
we
down.
don't.
Let's move on.
Yeah, yeah.
What's next on the docket? Oh, okay. Well, there's this tweet about sex work.
Yeah, I want to see if you guys agree.
Basically, long. Okay, let's.
It's
open
not
it.
that long.
It's not that long, but
it's like
the
2
I mean, the
sentences.
original post is kind of long. So,
okay.
long story short, the original post is about a man, and he found out from his wife's best friend that his wife used to do OnlyFans with her ex-boyfriend and a few others. And he immediately left the room to collect his thoughts when he learned. While the best friend and the wife got into an argument, he said, I haven't left the guest room since, and I heard my wife go to our room. I work in investment banking and my wife is a dental assistant. The situation is very scandalous for my career, and doing corn is not something I ever wanted in a partner. I'm at a loss. Someone then quote tweeted this and said, imagine finding out your wife is so hot and cool that you have to leave the room. They then said whether or not someone has done any form of sex work is no one's business but their own, and being their partner doesn't make you automatically entitled to that info.
What the fuck are we talking about?
People don't live in real. People don't live in the world.
That
want-
shit, that
I
shit had
want
like
this
100K
person-
likes.
Yeah.
I want this person to call in right now and
And if
answer
we're
our
talking
questions.
about engagement and likes, the original tweet where she said, imagine finding your wife is so hot and cool that you have to leave the room, got 23,000 likes. And then her following tweet
Who
got
was the
4.2.
person that said that though?
A woman.
What do they like? What is their page?
Oh, let me go
It's
look
just
at
a
it.
white woman. She's not an OnlyFans girl.
Yeah, just a white woman. She's a lot of followers. Let me see if she has OnlyFans. No, she has OnlyFans.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Open and shut case, Johnson.
Well, there you go.
Open and shut case, Johnson.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, I
You
should have
didn't,
clicked the
you
link
didn't
tree.
click the link tree.
I didn't click the link
I was
tree.
like, you didn't click the link tree.
I'm like, this girl's not bad enough. All right.
We don't live on Earth.
She's
bro.
a stand-up comedian who loves getting her picture taken, full nudes, solo and partnered content available. Be nice to me, 18 plus.
There we go.
That's so. I saw stand-up comedian, so I thought she wasn't an OnlyFans girl.
No, she's OnlyFans.
part-time
checks
stand-up, part-time OnlyFans.
Because
That's how you know you're struggling in
I
both.
would 120,000% want to know if my man was slinging dick on OnlyFans to his ex and other women.
Okay.
God
What?
forbid you want to know the things that your partner does in their free
I don't
time.
care if it was before. I don't care if it was before me. I don't care if it was 10 years before me. I want to know.
It's always somebody with a past that say your past doesn't matter. You know,
Yes,
like
yes.
it's yeah.
Sometimes I need a woman to agree with this stuff because I be seeing some shit online and I'm like, yo.
This is gaslighting.
That's crazy.
That is gaslighting because you're looking at it, you're like, am I crazy? Like, am I crazy for thinking that this is do you guys
Questioning your
not
own
see
reality.
What's wrong with this?
Yeah.
Disagreeing with this shit?
No. I don't agree with that at all.
The
I don't
world
agree
is
with that.
cooked.
I want to know, to be honest, I'm the type of partner. What have you done? Have you made sex tapes? Is there anyone who has a sex tape of you? Do you have
have your
this?
shots?
Yeah. Have you done this? Have you done this?
Do you have your passport?
where's your crazy
Do you want to
place
come
that-
back with Rob to America?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Yeah.
No, let's go. Let's keep going.
You're an idiot for that, by the way. But yeah, I want to know things like that.
You're very forthright.
And I'm
Yourself as
and
well.
I will also tell you
Yeah.
things that I've done too.
Yeah, I be saying it on this pod, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
I 100% agree.
This is why people think everything you say on the pod, though, and like they know you. They've seen every episode, you know?
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
There is a there is an
I
element
think you
to
should
it.
lay it out on the table and let that person choose if they still want to rock with you or not. Do not hide things.
And there's some men who will rock with you.
So I have. Yeah.
Because they're a sham, a sham.
Because that's
Good note.
manipulation.
I have a kind of a niche question. You guys are like Lil Wayne fans, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day with the mixtapes and stuff. Do you guys remember the song Prostitute Flange?
No,
No.
No?
I do
Nah,
not.
you guys weren't Lil Wayne fans for real.
I wasn't a diehard, but
The hook went something like,
I don't care if you was a prostitute.
Yeah.
Okay, I do know that song. I do know that song.
I knew you would know.
I do know that song.
went-
There's a video of him performing it live during this documentary. I'd see it if I had to.
there you go. So I want to see if you guys agree with the hook.
what is it? I don't care. if
What's
you're
it
a
called again?
prostitute.
Prostitute flange?
Prostitute Flange. It was something like, I wouldn't care if you were a prostitute and if you hit every man that you ever knew, because it wouldn't make a difference if that was between me and you, love, or some shit like that.
I mean,
I wouldn't care if you was a prostitute and then you hit every man that you ever knew. See, it wouldn't make a difference if it was that way before me and you, girl. See, you don't ever have to worry about me as long as you keep it real. Whatever is on your mind, speak how you feel. Stay true to me, never lie to me, and don't ever keep no secrets, no matter whatever. Girl, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you guys agree with the premise?
But Lil Wayne's been on that tip. Same. What did he say in high school when he said "mine and who else"? You said "worry about yourself." Like, remember we said that in his verse in high school with Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
I
wow.
listened to that song recently.
Yeah,
too.
I
I
can't
don't
lie.
remember that
High school
line.
got one play for me. Yeah.
Really?
Excuse my
That's
French,
a
but I'm a
banger.
long kisser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was-
that's a good verse.
yeah.
That to me, that's when he.
I
became-
listened to that recently.
Okay, but you're right. He's been
But
on that.
to answer
so
your
let's see.
question, on a macro scale, I agree.
Okay,
Like, you know,
progressive.
me personally, no. I don't think I would want to be with someone who was a prostitute.
Why?
No shame to any
why?
prostitutes. It's just not something that I'm comfortable with.
Why?
I do not want to know that you used to have sex with men for money.
Why?
I think
Because
he was
I don't
being-
because I don't agree with it.
I think he was being hyperbolic.
So you are
in the
against
song,
sex
but-
work.
My partner doing sex. I
Yeah.
have nothing
You're
wrong.
a good fucking lawyer.
But it's true. And I wouldn't say that. I'm friends with OnlyFans girls. I'm friends with strippers, all that stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong with
Right
doing
on.
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just wouldn't want my partner to have done it.
Yeah,
That's all. So
But
that's
would
what
you
I'm
care
saying.
if your girlfriend had, or your partner, or whoever, had sent nudes before?
Sent nudes, no. I assume that most people
Yeah.
have probably done that.
Okay.
If they had a sex tape.
I assume most people have probably done that as well.
Sex tape?
recorded.
I
one.
don't think most people have done sex tapes. Like,
No,
you know.
you'd be surprised how many people.
When you
do
say
it,
sex
but
tape, you mean-
just in couples.
Just recording.
true.
it.
Just
Like
recording
recording, it's
means
not like-
sex tape, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Most
people,
people.
I would argue that over 50% of people have recorded themselves.
Yeah,
having
it's a hard line to draw.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Of course, I would not want it to get out, but
That's the difference between you and being a corn star. It getting out there.
yeah. But professional sex services, no, I can't do
Yeah.
that.
So you don't want your girl to be setting up the tripod.
Nah. No.
Yeah.
I'm even kind of sticky on foot content.
Oh wow,
Really?
Yeah.
Trey's like that. Hey, okay.
Strict over here.
Line drop.
Wait, hold on. Time out.
That was the implication.
Even if she's done foot content before you, you're still iffy on that.
Before me, I don't know that. I don't think I'm as hard on that, but I wouldn't want my girlfriend to be actively doing feet content.
But what if it's just her feet though? It's not like her feet on
See,
dick.
the thing is, it's not even about what you're doing, it's the implication. It's like, you're still selling this in a sexual way. So it's not your titties, but it's like dudes are jacking off to your feet. And I still feel like there's an issue with that.
Draw that line, brother.
What if she had a sugar daddy, but there was no sexual things happen?
I don't know if I'm comfortable with that either.
If she had a sugar daddy while you're together, or before you.
While we're together.
Oh well, yeah. While you're together is a little.
No, before.
Before.
You would care if a girl sugar daddy before you?
Yes.
I don't
really?
think I
What's
would.
wrong with you?
I don't think
That's
I would
like
care.
a certain type of woman that
I don't agree, but I don't think I would care.
like. You know, it's a poor signal.
I get
What's
what he's
the
saying.
signal?
Some could see that as a red flag.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what the
Some
single
could
is.
see that as a red
You're
flag.
hoeing yourself. You're hoeing your essence, but not like your
you're
body.
But you're not. Oh,
To be honest, I've never had
You're
a sugar
not?
daddy.
You're basically an escort.
Never had one. I've always wanted to find a sugar daddy
But you are-
that
no,
I
you are.
didn't have to give sugar to.
You are.
Sorry. What,
Yeah.
Wait.
She said she wanted to find a sugar daddy that you don't have to
When
give
did you
sugar
want to do that?
Years ago, like early 20s.
So you wanted to go to the Hyatt, and
No,
then just
I'm
go-
saying like the thought of, because I used to have girls like, I have a sugar daddy. And I'm like, okay, but like, do you just get money? Yeah, I just get money. But like, do you do stuff? And that question would always get money. But my thing was, yo, if I could find a guy that would just give me money
Yeah.
without me having to give any sugar, 100% I would take that.
Just a hideous dude that you'd
But
have
you're
to
still-
have on your arm sometimes, and it'd be,
I didn't want to do that though.
that's
That
the
was the
thing.
part that I also did.
so you, okay,
There
that-
has
that's
to be
different.
some
That's
sort of-
different.
Exactly. So when I started to realize, so when the girls like, yeah, I'm sure, I'd be like, okay, what are you doing? They're like, oh yeah, I just go out on dates sometimes. I'm like, oh, so I have to be out, like I have to be seen
Yeah.
with this
See?
person.
There's a
I'm sure those ladies are lovely, but I wouldn't date them.
yeah. The
Okay.
thing is, like, to have a sugar daddy, there has to be an exchange of something.
And that's the part where I feel like a lot of girls muddy because they make it seem like, oh, I don't do anything with him.
Yeah.
Even
So when I hear that, I'm like, oh, you get how many racks a month and you don't do shit?
Yeah.
Does he have friends? You know what I'm saying? But then
Does he
you
have
find out that you are still kind of doing shit. You might not be outwardly fucking, but you know, you're going out to dinner,
Going on dates,
you're
he's taking you to stuff,
FaceTiming,
talking
you're
all day.
sending stuff like
when you're in public, he's rubbing his hand on your lap.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's still enough where it's like, nah.
Yeah, you're not,
'Cause I-
you're not
I
selling
have-
your cooch, but
I have friends who've done that, and I'm like, yo, like, what are you?
Yeah, like nobody is
Why
just
do- why do you get you this
sending you
Benz?
money for you to not interact with them at all.
You're not taking
And
a
I don't
And
percentage.
if that's ever happened, it's like a 0.0000001% of people, and people latch on to that to say that it's possible.
yeah.
there is. Oh no.
I think there's something called like a money pig or something.
Hey,
A payout pig.
What's that?
Maybe
But you still
maybe I
have
could
to
deal with those girls.
No, but
Euphoria.
you still have to do stuff.
Euphoria.
But you still, those are cam girls, though. You're still on camera, no?
well, they're messaging directly, like they're getting
They're
personal.
like financial
sorta-
maths that just give money.
Yeah.
The girl berates them into getting money, and they get
That in real life.
satisfaction out of that.
Can I berate them online or berate them in person?
It's in person and virtual.
Oh, in person.
Yeah, so
scares
you're
me.
still doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, but for payout pigs, like they don't need like physical interaction.
Yeah.
They need verbal.
I still
Yeah.
wouldn't be
Piece
okay.
of shit.
Yeah.
5 bands. To
I
my
can't
account.
lie.
That's exactly.
Even
I
that,
still wouldn't be okay
even
with that.
because you're kind of evil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I know they want
I
it,
don't
but
need a girl who
yeah.
just did that.
But that's better than a sugar daddy, though.
It
no?
is
Yeah, but
better.
then that
It is
girl
better,
came
but-
saying like reckless shit.
Yeah, but like
Boring.
robbing a bank is better than robbing an old lady. It's still wrong.
still.
You know?
Hey, you ain't lie. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like I have a hard time spending. I have a very hard time spending time with people that I'm not attracted to or like. So when girls go
As
on
a regular
dates
person,
just to
should.
like, oh yeah, he bought me this, or going on a date, or I'm like, bro,
It's not worth it.
Nah.
That Chanel bag is not like it's not that serious.
like it's I can't do it. Like I genuinely, and it's not even like, oh, she thinks she's better. Just I have no interest in going out on a date with this hideous man
Yeah, real.
Definitely miss
and
some
having
hugs.
weird ass conversations, and then having I'm not into that.
Because if y'all saw me with some witch looking old lady walking down the street, people would be like, "You look insane."
Yeah,
That's a fact.
Have you guys been asked out by a woman before?
Just in general,
Like, had a girl shoot their shot at you?
Like ask out, like literally ask you out on a date.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys
Yeah.
said yes every time,
No.
No.
what like changed like the answer?
I don't.
I just didn't want to go on a date with this girl.
Yeah.
And
Not
then I
not
bought-
because she
and-
was not because she was beat, just like
Yeah.
she was beat.
Well,
You had to squint.
no, she wasn't. No, she wasn't.
She was
beat.
pretty.
Yeah,
What was
I-
wrong with her?
I wouldn't say she's pretty.
She was Av.
She wasn't like.
She was Av. It's okay to say she was Av.
average. Like,
But
she
if
was-
she was
Troy
bad,
Ave.
then maybe you would be like,
maybe, but I also just remember like having a conversation with this person and being like, I don't want to have to sit
Yeah.
for 2 hours
Yeah.
at like a dinner with drinks with you or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
For me, like I've said before, I didn't really go on a lot of dates in general, and
She asked you though, yeah.
yeah, I just wasn't on dating, bro. And a lot of girls will ask you out by making you ask them out, and I just never fell for that play.
Yeah. Classic.
Like the when are you taking me
Yeah.
out is a girl asking you out.
We're going out.
But they just want you. They just put the ball in your
So
court
what's
for
your
you to
answer
plan
to that?
everything. We'll set something up. It just never gets set up.
That's when you gotta play ping pong with him.
Yeah, you be like, what? Soon, we'll get
balls
something
back
done
in your
soon.
court.
When schedule clears up, just lots going on with the pod right now. It's just like,
Or if you want to get out of it, you just be like, you're not serious.
that's oh, I gotta keep that one. That's good.
That's fire.
You're not serious.
You're not
If a man
serious.
told me,
And
and I'm
then-
like, oh, so when are we going out? And he said, you're not serious. Bro, I'm like, are you number blocked?
And then she'll be like, what? Yes, I am. And you're like, all right, bet. We'll see. Done. Conversation over.
Apply pressure, fellas.
There you go. It's over.
Ah, shit.
Ended in a very nice way.
Doesn't it?
Nobody's hurt. It's very open-ended.
She's sick. She's sick.
Nah. Depending on your relationship. Because I'm not saying it in a, all right, we'll see.
Right.
I'm like, all right, we'll see.
Like,
There's some hope.
And then what if she's like, all
There's
right,
hope.
so what you doing Friday?
That's
I'm
usually what
busy.
she'll follow up
Okay.
with.
That's
That's
what-
a dangerous, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had the follow-up. Because girls want you to, like, if a girl extends herself like that to say, when are we going out? She's probably not going to ask you again, yo, what are you doing Friday?
Yeah.
That's very rare.
But the thing is, some guy, like, I will test the waters. I'm like, okay, like, oh, I want to go to this restaurant.
So, and then you will wait for him to be like,
But
let's
some
go.
guys will wait for me to follow up, and I'm like, oh.
how are you asking that question in the flow of conversation?
I'll be like, oh, I saw this on TikTok. Da, 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 da.
You're texting
yeah.
him that?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
Sugo's got this great plate of pasta that I've seen recently.
This is
That
or
one,
there's
I
this
fucking-
new.
And this is before you've been on a first date with him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys ever promised?
But then some guys will wait for you to be like to follow up. Or
Okay.
even after I've already been on a date with them, they'll like wait for you to be like, oh, so I thought you wanted to go to this spot. I'm like, yeah, nigga, when were you gonna plan it?
Some niggas are obtuse. Yeah.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Sometimes, but now, like, you know what? So I'll be like, oh, I want to go here on Friday. What are you doing?
yeah,
You'll
that's
say
more
that?
direct.
Now I'm gonna start.
Oh, now you'll start. Okay.
Yeah,
Now
you can
wanna
do
play
that.
with me.
So
Yeah, you could do that. And even if you can't go that day, if someone's really interested, it'll be like, I can't make it Friday, but can we go on this
So
day?
now I'm confused about that. Is that her asking him out or no?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But I never asked a guy on the first date though. Never. You gotta
that's-
ask me.
Wait.
What
You've
just
never
happened?
asked a guy out on a first date, but
No.
you've asked guys out on second and third dates.
I'll like, okay, for example, if we went on a first date and the date was great, we go on a second date, date's good. Third date, I'll take him out.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
That's
Yeah.
a real one.
I got confused
yeah.
on what
Have you
meant.
guys ever promised a date that didn't happen?
Yes. Holy shit.
I've done that. For sure.
Probably.
I've definitely done that. Sorry to any of the ladies that I've done that. I apologize.
I apologize, it's nasty.
I apologize. I do.
But I'm also a one, like, if you make plans with me and you don't follow up, you'll never go take me on a date.
Really? Things happen.
Then say that.
Wait, how vague was the promise though,
Fair
Tresor?
to you.
Like, are we talking about like
It's more like I've done the, oh, you've never been here? They're like, nah, we gotta go. Yeah, we should. And it's just never.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
never.
I wouldn't even say that's
I've done that plenty of
promising.
times.
Yeah, that's not promising.
Plenty of
really.
times.
Yeah, we gotta go out.
Yeah, I've never been like, all right, June 19th, and I just
Didn't
don't
show
go.
up. Yeah,
But
no.
my
I've never
thing
done
is,
that.
If you, for example, if you do, June 19th, we're gonna go this, and that, and June 19th comes and you don't follow up, and June 19th passes, you will never get to ask me on a date again.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah,
At least
no.
communicate.
Yeah.
I'm good at. Yeah, I would never do that.
Promise you.
Yeah.
And when they're like, I'm like, that's so funny.
If I don't want to go places, I kind of, and I shouldn't even be
And they're like, oh my
revealing
bad,
my
that's
cards.
so funny.
I have an easy out. I'm fortunate with the line of work that I do. I have a
They
very
be
easy
lying.
out.
I just got a deal.
I gotta shoot.
Apple wants me in New York. I just
I gotta shoot tomorrow.
Insane.
That's why you
Can't
keep
make
that
it.
footage
Let's
in the tuck.
let's reschedule. But
Okay.
I've never really had to do that. Anyone I've gone out with, you know.
Like just reneged at the last minute, or just like ghosted the date? No, never. Never. Nah, I'm a really clear communicator. Oh.
Yeah. First date's great. Asking a man on a first date?
Have you ever thought about actually just doing it? Like just say fuck it.
Didn't
No.
you just say you were? Am I tripping?
No,
No,
I said
she will take him out. You don't technically ask guys out on dates. You said you'll take a guy out on the second or third date.
later.
Okay.
That's not asking a guy out on a date.
Yeah.
So like, but like first date, I'll lob it. Like if we've been texting for a bit,
That's what I
I'll be
said.
like,
Yeah, that's
That's what they do.
yeah, I'm like, oh, I don't know, I'll find something.
be really good if someone took me out these days.
No, ew, that is nasty.
But it is more or less kind of what you're saying that in a fly way.
I haven't been to Hong Shing in so long.
You're saying that in a fly way though.
Yeah, you gotta play it.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
So what about
Easter eggs.
what about if you had a close friends, right? And then like you had dudes in it, and then you're like, you know what I mean? Damn, nobody has taken me out in a while.
No, I'm not doing that.
Never. I've seen that. I would never ever swipe up on a story request to go somewhere. Never. I would never.
But
ever,
it's
ever
yo,
do it.
and sometimes I think people
I
take
seen it.
things that I post on my close friends too seriously. Cause like there was even one where it was like I posted on my close friends and it was like, oh, cuddling can reduce like stress and da da
See, I was
da.
saying that without saying it.
Yeah, but that one I was literally just like, yeah, because I love cuddling, so I'm like, hashtag need that. Niggas actually thought I'm like, yo, this is not a bad thing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start putting things, brackets. I'm gonna start. No. I'm gonna start doing things. No, it's not a bad signal. So I'm gonna start doing things and putting in brackets. Not a bad signal.
I'm working on myself, you guys.
No, say it. Say whatever you want to say.
But what do you expect?
No, my thing is, I'm just okay. Hold on.
And to this point,
Do you want
that is like the
something?
third or fourth cuddling related post that you've made between your
Oh,
close
yeah.
friends and Twitter. Like I think if that's walking and waiting for his moment in and stuff like that.
Yo, the thing
What
is-
do you expect?
The
So
thing
it's
is,
like, why would you think that?
the thing is,
You literally said need that.
hashtag need that. But the thing is,
Flirting versus harassment.
yes, the thing
Anyways.
is, I
true.
treat my close friends like
Man,
like a chat. Yeah, like this is my group chat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is yeah. These are
But then, so then shouldn't, because I've heard girls say that men that they're actually interested in, they would not put them in their close friends.
no. I have guys that I've talked to at my close friends.
Oh, you got prospects in there?
I would say prospects,
That's where the waters get
plural.
You got
money.
one prospect in there.
On your close friends, really?
I don't know about prospects.
He's a
versus-
strong
hold on.
warrior.
Time out.
That's where the waters get
I don't know
money.
about prospects versus prospect, but I have. There's
You have at least one in there.
yeah,
Okay. So if that prospect
right.
Saw you say
Swipe.
hashtag need that.
swiped up and said, I don't know, something smooth, you'd be like, good.
Yes and no, because I feel like I would just communicate to him that anyways. You know what I'm saying?
This is girl math.
The same way I don't use the location drop as a bat signal, which you swear I do. I don't.
All right. Well, it's accidental then.
But I just put I'm in.
But
New
you're
York.
self-aware though. You know how social media works. Like you know how these things work.
Yeah, bro,
That's
shut
the
up.
thing. That's the thing that girls be doing that grinds my gears. You guys built this brick by brick,
ecosystem.
and then act like you don't know what you're doing. You guys made this. We wouldn't be thinking these things if you guys didn't make it as such.
You're not gonna I'm just a girl your way out of this one.
I don't bat signal on social media anymore.
Okay, I like that last word.
This has been I used to bat signal, of course, a long time ago.
Right.
But like in the last couple of years, I don't bat signal.
Man.
If I want to do something, I'ma just show it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna just text you. I have your number, but I'll contact you if something. But like, I wouldn't expect a man to swipe up and be like, "Yeah, come cuddle tonight." No, what? No.
No, something smoother than that. But.
Even that, like, try to cuddle with me, like, no.
Okay. So wait, Trezor, you were saying something about like how women use close friends. What were you saying?
No, I was saying I've heard that girls have said that people that they're actually interested in, they wouldn't put them in their close friends.
Okay, and Zoe's like that. She doesn't believe in that.
Yeah.
But why? If I'm interested in him, I'm talking to him. Why would he not be my close friend?
Because
Yeah.
allegedly the things that people say in their close friends, it might be them in situations that they would not want people they are talking to know about, or they might be saying things that may be a bit risque or tongue in cheek that they would not want people to know.
Misunderstood.
I've been in that
This
situation.
the real her, baby.
I've
Do I
been in that
think close friends or
situation.
Nah, hashtag need that.
I've had a little thing with a girl.
She sees
And
your-
then once that ended and we're still cool, she's like, okay, I could put you in my close friends now. And I'm like, why? She's like, I be having like when I be going out on dates and stuff and like putting my close friends. I'm like, oh, say word.
My things, my close friends isn't wild. I'll admit that. I don't really post anything insane on my close friends. Like it might be like an inappropriate joke, something I don't want work people to see, or like just like dumb shit that I just post.
Right.
And the reason why I didn't, but the thing is, the reason why I didn't post the hashtag need that on my main is because I knew niggas would jump on that on the main. So I said, let me post my close friends. Underestimate the niggas in there too.
So then,
So she knew it kind of.
if you are aware,
Outcome would be.
Yes, because I knew like people would take it.
so then
The
just
guys who don't know me or like guys who are removed would take it as let me
Yeah.
slide. But the guys who are my close friends is like most of them know
You thought more of them.
Yeah, but you,
a little bit.
But so then for
most.
That's funny.
for
I
preventative,
think all of them, if I'm thinking about it now, because I cleaned up my close friends recently, I think all of them would know, even if the guy or guys in there that I've talked to in the past or been interested in, they would know don't swipe on that.
I think this is the same
Because
situation.
if we talk regularly, then you would know what it is already. You know what I'm saying?
I think this is the same situation as the posting pictures on the gram. If you want to reduce all of that, just send that meme in your group chat with your girls. You guys can laugh about it and you would be on your way.
Too many people, man. I have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
When a hashtag need that to how many group chats? Like, bro, put on the close friends.
It's efficient on the close friends, but as long as you understand the externalities
you
that
know
come
what
with
come
it.
with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because of what you heard call me on, I'm scared to like certain things now. 'Cause now
We're watching, buddy.
Yeah, Trey's a freaky boy, yo.
I like one
Yeah.
freaky thing, and all the niggas like, yo, Trey,
You said this too. I saw
can't-
you on your IG. You
Yeah,
said
I
this
saw
too.
you.
one stupid thing, and somebody else called me on that shit too. I was done.
Hey man, social media, we all learn eventually that social media, people are watching. Even if
Yeah.
you don't think they are, they are. You got to be careful of what you like because people are watching.
do you watch who likes your stories?
No.
No, I try. No.
You don't look at who likes your stories?
I was never a story watcher.
Really?
I don't know who views it. I don't know who likes
It's a
it.
bad
You're
thing to get in.
lying.
That's a
I
bad
swear.
thing to get into.
It's not something that I intentionally do at all. I
if you
promise.
if you're talking to a girl and you like a girl, you would never notice that she didn't watch your story.
No. Never.
I don't
promise
believe that.
Don't
never.
watch her in case she watches like a certain story.
No.
Do you, Mucha?
Never.
I look at who liked my story because it's in your notifications. I don't know who views my story. No.
No, I don't.
On Snapchat, Instagram, nothing.
Oh,
There's a
fair.
certain follower that you have.
I think if it's someone that I'm interested in or someone that I have a little some for, I definitely would like notice if they watch my story. Or
I'm
not.
just gonna assume that they saw it if it's on my story.
Yeah, when you assume make an ass out of you and me. Next thing you know, you're muted.
Hey.
Wait. I want that to work because it was a bar, but do you actually care if the dude is looking at your stories?
If it's a guy that I like
Yeah.
or I have a thing for, yeah.
The day's busy, like maybe he's not on IG, like
Nah, if he always watches my stories and always second he
then
stops,
one day he don't.
I'm like, yeah.
I promise I wouldn't notice.
Women are funny, yo.
Girls have
Guys
mute-
notice that too, though.
Girls, I don't
I-
want to notice that.
I
Like,
know
that's
guys
like,
who do notice it. I know a
Girls-
lot of
I don't
guys
wanna
who are like,
notice
yeah,
that.
now all of a sudden she's at the top of my story. I don't see her name no more.
A girl has told me she did mute me, and I never noticed at all.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That would hurt my feelings.
Like
that you did.
Yeah.
I never noticed that her story didn't show up anymore.
Yeah, I
I
would
never noticed it.
I would never.
Care about the girl, you shouldn't.
That means she.
Even if I did
she,
care
wait,
about
if you mute somebody,
Wait.
your shit doesn't show
No,
up.
I
that,
mean,
no,
like, she
that
hid-
means
she
that
hid her
she
story
story
from
from
me.
you.
Yeah,
okay.
I never noticed at all.
Word.
That's funny.
I mean, I
That would hurt my feelings.
Like you could even care about the girl. I could care about the girl. I wouldn't notice.
Yeah,
I could care about the girl. I wouldn't notice.
that would hurt my feelings.
I know for a fact that's how a lot of girls used to get stuff off back in the day.
If I muted you and you didn't
On their
notice, and if I
sneak
hid
thing.
my story from you, you didn't notice,
Yeah.
you don't love me for real.
I know one girl specifically that I know was doing dirt on the low, and she just would mute me from her story on those days, and I never noticed.
Damn.
I never noticed at all.
Nah.
Cause like, how would you even find out? You go on her page or some shit?
You like if you know that you interact with someone regularly and then all of a sudden you don't see their shit anymore, all of a sudden they don't watch your stuff anymore, you would notice.
But I also follow a lot of people, so I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If I muted a guy and he's like, yo, I had no clue, I'd be like, damn, you don't care about me for real.
Niggas don't care about your profile.
No, you don't care. So listen, social media is so blurred with reality nowadays. Like, people try to act like this is not real life. There are things that social media does play a factor.
But low key, like the fact that a lot of people don't use dating profiles anymore, or like people like you don't, then they like super hone in on the social media as the dating app. Essentially.
Social
I don't
media
like
was
it.
always my dating app.
But I was gonna say, I wouldn't say dating app, but
It is though.
Like
It's
when
a lot
I'm
of
looking
things,
when
but-
I'm looking for prospects, it would only be social media. I never ever used the dating app.
Did you used to DM girls on Twitter?
Yeah.
I'm scared of that.
you were a cold
Me
DMer?
too, yeah.
Not cold.
Twitter girl's scary. Nah,
Twitter
yeah.
Twitter woman's scary.
But this was back in the day. Like this was like maybe like early like when Instagram DMs weren't really a thing yet.
This was back when you were talking about light skinned women. This is what,
Ruining
she's
lives.
She's a light skinned demon if she does this.
Yeah,
She's a
probably around
light-skinned-
those days when I was active on Twitter.
Yeah.
Tresor's a light skinned hunter.
Okay, I don't know about that. These are allegations I will not accept.
I like how you guys just keep like just claiming each other's guilty of that.
It's definitely not me. My track record. Yo, if you put all the guys I dated or seriously been with or had feelings for, one of them is light skin.
Yeah, but who knows?
One.
Who knows how that's gonna be in the future?
I can say the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go.
I can say the same
The
thing.
Zoe's mouth is
Lies?
agape.
The lies, but
There's
I'm gonna-
been two women, if you count mixed race people as light skinned for the sake of this conversation, there's been two women
if you
in my
count
life.
mixed race people as light skin.
Because some people,
So it's interchangeable for some people.
Mixed,
Some
yeah,
people,
because some
you know.
people, like if you're half something else, a lot of people attribute light skin to half white, half black.
So you're.
So I'm just grouping
They'll
those
say
together.
light skin when they mean biracial.
so you've
yeah.
dated more dark skinned women than light skinned women.
I've dated one woman.
Okay, but
so
the
what-
point
alright,
is,
well-
girls that you've had feelings.
That
Girls
was good. That was good.
You're so full of shit. Get off
But
your
it's
Brian
true.
Steele. The girls that you've had feelings
that I've
for,
had
or you
feelings
wanted
for.
to pursue, or you really liked, or maybe you were running around with, or whatever. Girls that you were tunnel vision with.
There's been two that have been biracial.
Okay.
And then how many
Two
light
in my
skins?
whole life. How far back are we starting from? No, I'm asking. I want to be serious.
Since you really started taking girls seriously.
No, let's say after high school.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely been. I would say it skews light skin, but there's a definite. There is a lot of full black women that I have talked to. I've been on their body. I've tried to talk to. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
dip.
Yeah, you got
Now, just because certain people might not have visually
Dance with the
seen me
stars.
do it,
right.
I can't blame people for thinking a certain way. But I'll stand on the fact that
That's good.
for sure.
You've been through the continuum of color.
This is what I'm saying. Like, if you've
And
really
everything
had
in
a,
between.
like, if you've, how do I say it? If you've had a deep bag,
Yeah.
you feel me? If you've had a deep bag, then you have to be. You
Are you
can't
missing
skew-
any of the races?
I don't believe so.
No. You
I
hit
don't
all of
believe.
them?
I mean, I wouldn't put it like that, but I'd probably say it a little more palatable.
Yeah.
I
All of
believe
them.
so.
Oh hell yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
You okay, main host?
I'm just waiting for Tresor to start talking.
That's
I just feel like just because people haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
That's what every man who only likes light women say.
nah. See, Tresor's white
So
woman.
many light skinned women.
Oh, light-skinned
The
women.
amount of men who I know for a fact only seriously pursue light skin. I'm like, just because y'all haven't seen it doesn't mean I don't talk to black women. That's your go-to line.
Ain't no
And
y'all.
it's So
I'm not into y'all.
so tired, so dated. Next, tomato. Thank you.
You're saying he's a thief in the night?
Like, bruh.
But you know what's funny?
That is a light skin chaser's favorite line.
But you know
Just 'cause
what's
y'all
funny?
don't see what the black woman
And
don't
you're
mean the
saying
black woman not
He's
my
a
mind.
thief during the day, you're saying.
Like, bro,
But you know what's
it's
funny
crazy
is
that
because
they
she
all
knows
say that.
dark-skinned women that I have tried to talk to personally.
Okay, right.
She might not know that I've tried to talk to them.
Right. So
But it's there. How would she know? How would
How would
she
I know? I can't see because they're black.
okay, but
How is she know?
They're
She's
black,
never
I
had the
wouldn't know.
conversation.
Because they're black, I wouldn't see that.
She's never had the conversation.
But to be fair, I don't know any of the women you've dated except for who you're dating
People
now.
only know the horror stories.
Yeah.
And the horror stories
Are the light
happen to be light skinned.
You guys
That
can
doesn't
agree
mean-
on that now.
That doesn't mean that there's not others. Like we said, planes that land safely don't make the news.
That's
Boy,
the
cooking with
theme of
greens.
today.
What you gonna say
That's
back
the
to
theme
that?
of today.
It's the truth.
You gotta agree. That's the theme of today. Okay.
Now I don't judge anyone for assuming that I skew that way. I don't judge anyone for saying that. I can see why people say that. All I'm saying is I will stand on the fact that that is not true at all. That's all I'm saying.
Oh hell yeah.
I get it, but it's not true. That's all.
Yeah. I can't lie, Zoe. What you're saying about dudes in general though is true.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I don't think you're wrong in that either.
A lot of dudes, they keep the dark skinned women tucked. Yeah.
But Tresor, on the other hand,
Nah.
Yeah, it's different because
he's
you barely see me with anybody.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's different if you've
There's
seen me
there's
with
no sample size
bare
with him,
people
yeah.
and it skews one way.
Yeah.
Jasur gets a certain look in his eye when there's a girl that's around that he's interested in, and usually they are not black from what I've seen.
Holy smokes.
Bruh.
Yeah. She's not letting you off the hook.
every celebrity.
In the years.
And this is funny because, like we've said, we've only heard Zoe foam over light-skinned celebrities.
This is
true.
a
Yeah, fight back.
lie. Yeah.
I don't know about your imaginary
On the
exes.
pod?
I don't know about your imaginary exes.
Imaginary?
All I'm saying, because I've never seen them, but all I'm saying is, yeah, when we're talking about your MCMs, they skew a certain way
No.
yourself.
Only one I talked about you guys get at is Jalen Hurts.
Now you guys, you know,
And also,
I don't really foam
you
over
have
Odell.
said
Foam
that you
over
loved
Odell.
Odell.
You foam over
There
Odell.
was a period of time when you loved Drake.
But I always liked Drake though.
So that's
I
three.
mean, loved is a stretch.
There was a period of time when I'm not saying you do right
Actually,
now.
I won't lie.
There was a period of time when you loved
where I
Drake.
did like Drake.
The dude, Zoe literally told me that I should be more like that girl's husband. He's light skinned as well.
Is he light skinned?
Victoria Monet's husband.
Yeah. Is he light
Yeah.
skinned?
I don't
Or
know.
ex-husband?
He was a very
Or
like
ex-boyfriend,
passing
pardon.
man.
you were talking about how you used to think Victor Ortiz was cute.
Victor Cruz, not Ortiz.
Oh, okay, Victor Cruz.
Different guy.
Is he light skinned?
Ah, come on. Now the people that are like are black.
Okay.
Now they're black.
Shit.
But I've also talked about dark skinned men on this show too.
For a period of time, you thought Central C was a very good looking dude.
I
He
did
had the
until
very
I saw him in real
ambiguous
life. Yeah.
look. That's 6 off the top. We
And
didn't
there's
even
also dark
dig.
skinned ones too.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are.
They just, from what I've
You just
heard,
don't see them. Yeah, dude.
from what I've
We
heard,
just don't,
they-
don't
you just
hear
don't-
about 'em, yeah.
Name the dark skinned ones that you love.
Kofi Sarobe.
Have we heard her say that name?
I've
ever?
never heard that name before.
Keep going.
If you guys look
going.
at my Twitter or my
going.
TikTok, I talk about Kofi Sarobe all the time.
We got
next?
transcripts.
Kofi Sarobe, Damson Idris. I had a very deep
You
Damson
do?
Idris
Okay.
moment.
Okay.
Sure.
Duke Dennis.
True.
How many times have I phoned over Duke Dennis on this show?
That's real.
I'm not gonna say he's Method
all right,
Man
man.
is Method Man.
No, he's
Nah,
light
Method
skinned.
Man is
come
not
on.
dark skinned, man.
If Method Man was a woman, you'd call him light skinned.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you're helping our case, dog.
And I mean Trey Songz I can't say anymore. And he's not light skinned, but I
He's
mean
not,
it's
but
problematic.
you can't put him in the dark bucket.
He wouldn't be dark. He's not dark.
Okay, whatever.
at
I
all.
hate the term brown skin, but whatever.
Yeah. Huh?
I said I hate
Anyways,
the term
we
brown
could
skin.
move on.
Yeah.
I think we're there, no?
We're pretty much there. We're like 130 or 230. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so we're there. I mean, I think we made it through most of the stuff. But
Anything that we need to get to?
Okay, can we talk about White Lotus a little bit?
Sure, yeah.
I kind of want to watch
Don't
it though.
spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Even if we all watch it, that's not something you should spoil. It's just the
Yeah,
season
like-
finale just
And people
dropped,
are saying
right?
it's an amazing show.
Sunday.
Oh my, yeah.
Oh, it's Sunday?
Yeah, so
days
you
ago?
can't do a season finale on Wednesday when it came out Sunday. Yeah, you gotta let people.
Come on, man.
How long does it take y'all to watch it?
Even
not even
listeners
just about us,
who
it's
may
about
not,
them.
yeah, who has,
If you are listening, why have you not watched the season finale of White Lotus yet?
People have lives.
yeah, so could have been busy Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
I haven't even watched season 2 yet.
Ah!
Can I ask a question about black masculinity?
Oh my
Sure.
god.
That's a video though.
Okay.
So you-
I gotta play
yeah,
the video.
yeah.
Oh, which video is it?
It's is this pussy?
Oh, the Is He Pussy video?
Yeah.
Okay, let's find it. I think I have it.
No.
Okay.
If your friend got robbed in front of you, would you still be friends with them?
I would.
Hold
be,
on.
yes.
This is the man that punched me in the face at Stratford Station in London. I don't know if it's because I was wearing pink and he thought I was gay. Maybe it was because I'm black, but he fucked up my lip real bad. And what I do know is I didn't do anything to deserve it. This is definitely going to affect my job for the next few weeks. And it was actually kind of traumatizing. So if you recognize him, please let me know. And even if you don't, just share this video.
All right, now play the next one after.
What's the next one?
It's like right under the thread. Sorry, if you click the
Oh, like in the
thing.
thread?
Yeah, in the thread.
Oh shoot, hold on.
So yeah, you'll find it.
Oh, this one.
Started already. Oh, guys, it started already. You really let that man hit you? You let that man hit you? You didn't hit him back? Let a white man hit you? Black men, I promise you, it's okay to be the victim. This mindset you have deep inside you where you feel like you need to fight all the time, you gotta unlearn that, baby. I gotta fight. It's like, why? When someone does something evil to you, surprise, surprise, it ain't got nothing to do with you. That shit happened to you. Not despite of your own efforts, it happened to you. So me, I'm very much so aware of the fact that I'm a victim. And when I'm a victim, I'm a play victim. I'm gonna report it. I'm gonna cry about it. Get over it eventually. And because I know that, I will never feel like I didn't do enough. A lot of us have really been indoctrinated to think that.
What do you guys think about that, man?
He's pussy.
Oh shit.
He's pussy.
What?
That's pussy as fuck. That's not pussy. Anyone's pussy.
Anyone's pussy for doing that.
To have no reaction, but actually, you know what? To have no reaction, and I'm not saying fight him back, but to have no reaction, but then take pictures of your face and post it on TikTok and say, "Find this man." Fuck you. You find him. What? What are we talking about?
All right. So
Dude, okay. What?
I should just.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, now you're on TikTok about find this man. What did you do? He hit you. Did you call security? Did you wave some? Did you make a scene? If you're not gonna fight back, I'll be like, this man just punched me. What, security, police, hello? I'm not gonna go on TikTok like this man just hit me with a bloody. What?
Okay, but what about the other
So
things?
he just rotten y'all.
What about?
What? Okay, yeah. Let's all give our takes first, and then we discuss.
That's not pussy to you?
What I will say is, he had me and he lost me. Right? I do agree with. I think this person is very social mediaized.
yeah.
To where I agree with the fact that some people just aren't confrontational people in general. I don't think you have to fight everybody.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes things can happen to you, but if things do happen to you, I do not think you should now come on the internet and be like, "Fine, this man, he did this to me." That doesn't help you at all. If you want justice, like Zoe said, go to the police.
Like, with all due respect, what am I gonna do?
But
Find him.
and like, I think he could have said what he was saying in a very more compact way. I don't think it's okay to be a victim things like, I get what he was trying to say, but it's just an unnecessary statement.
He is a victim for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
were
are a
assaulted
victim.
out of nowhere.
And yes, it is
But
okay.
do some.
Right.
I'm not saying fight the man, but like,
I will add some more context because you guys didn't see the video. Everybody's just hearing it on audio except for Zoe, but I've seen it before. He said he was wearing pink, so maybe they thought he was gay.
Yeah, that don't make sense
but
either.
even then, like,
I wear pink all the time. Pink don't make you gay. Cam wore pink.
Does he sound like he swings that way, maybe?
I don't think so. He just had a British accent. I don't know. I don't think he sounds gay.
Someone could interpret him that way. I think someone could.
And
interpret
I
it.
don't
Maybe
know
it's a
if
double hate crime, right? Because not just
like
black
people are
and
just
shit.
punching you because you're gay. Like,
but my thing is, yes, it could be a hate. Okay, if we are in the level of hate crime, call somebody. Make us see, like, it looked like he was in a train station. Maybe. Where's security?
This guy looked very beat up. By the way.
But the guy that beat him up, the picture, did he look like a scary guy, or is this just an average white
It
guy?
looked like you could whoop him.
Now, this might be an ignorant statement of me,
Here.
and I think we've had this conversation before. I have more confidence in.
That's what the guy looked like. You're telling me to go find John?
That dude,
Yeah.
I have more confidence in confrontational situations depending on your
You know what's
race.
pissing me off? Now
Fair.
you're on TikTok in sunglasses telling me to go find this nigga?
That dude,
That's what
Bro.
is very. The
That-
sunglasses
Are you kidding?
changed this
Yeah.
whole thing for me.
Did you see his
sunglasses
nails?
And
changed
yeah,
everything?
you're on. I don't care about the nails. Yes, his nails are painted, sure. But my thing is, okay, now you're on TikTok with your shades on,
Yeah.
green screening, telling me to go find this man. So you took a picture of this, like, yeah, took a picture of him to go to the police.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Go report this. Like, doesn't I just watched the show Adolescence? Doesn't England
too.
have what's it called?
CCTV.
Ring up the tapes.
Oh, so you do want? Okay, so wait, what do you want him to do then?
Go to the police,
Go to the
file
police.
a report.
Just-
This is
don't
not
bring it to the
assault.
internet.
Okay.
Why are you
Why are you
now
telling
going
us
to
about
social
it?
media about finding this man? I'm
okay.
saying you're pussy, not because you didn't fight him, but bro, I would have made a scene. I would have told security. I would have been like, yo, I just got assaulted. Yeah, you are a victim. Yes, you are a victim. You got assaulted for no reason. Well, based on your story, it was no reason.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, but the putting on your shades and coming on TikTok like, I just got assaulted. Find
That
this man.
I don't agree with.
What?
I am a huge advocate of take your L's in private.
Real.
Like
Real.
the internet does not need to know everything that's happened to you. You don't need sympathy from the internet.
And when y'all did that, I'd be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
That'd be
crazy.
wildin'.
Things have happened. Some crazy things have happened to some people that I know, and the internet would never know.
Yeah. I do think that, like, you know, he might have a different relationship with masculinity than us. So perhaps it's just not.
let's
But
flip
I don't
the
even
script
think it's a
though.
masculinity thing. I think it's just more of like you.
If a
Like-
woman gets hit like that, she's not gonna fight back.
No.
Yeah,
she's
it is a
not.
masculinity thing.
But also, if a woman
Okay, I get
was
what
the
you're
one who
saying.
got hit and then posted it on TikTok,
No one
are we
would-
having the same
No,
reaction?
we're
we
not.
wouldn't.
No, we're not. We're
We
not. We're
wouldn't.
not saying it's this pussy. No.
Yeah,
But
no.
if it's a girl, if it was a girl on girl thing though,
Yes, we are.
you're saying it's pussy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not as pussy, but it's like, why are you telling me? Like, go, like, yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think it's a
Yeah.
it's a double standard as well, because I don't know if double standard is the right word, but like with women, altercations are usually typically a lot less life threatening. So like if
that's
you got
true.
punched in your face, you could punch her back and be okay.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Hopefully.
You're
Niggas can kill
You're
each other.
taking more risk
Yeah,
as a man
yeah.
fighting another man because you could potentially die. You
yeah.
know?
No, as I said,
That's.
But yeah, like, but that dude, I'm not gonna lie, he looked crushable. Not the dude that got punched, the white dude that punched him.
Yeah.
He looks crushable. Like, I'm not letting that dude punch me and that's it.
Yeah.
But I might paint the scene. If I'm in a foreign country,
Yeah.
rules might change. If I'm in London, if I'm in London and a dude punches me in my mouth, I might have to let it slide because I don't want to go to jail in a foreign country. But
I don't know. My friends
In
and I
Dubai.
almost jumped our Uber driver in Malta. So
Yeah.
yeah,
was it a man?
yeah.
That's different. You guys could have got away with that. If
I
he was-
don't know.
if he was
Malta's
being
a kind
weird-
of a racist country.
Racist, yeah. Black woman versus one, like a black woman jumping one white man. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he wasn't white. He was kind of like Asian, something like
It's
that.
kind of, all right, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he like literally like left us for dead in the middle of the street.
Oh wow. So
Yeah,
then
it was-
you tried to fight him to get back?
Uh huh.
So you tried to fight him to drive you back?
Yeah, because he like basically locked us in the car and got out.
Oh wow.
Just bust the window and done.
But like,
Yeah.
no, what else can you do? But that's just kind of like funny in my head. Like, fight the driver to drive you. Like, how does that ride go?
Take me home.
That's not a smooth ride.
Yeah, it was hell.
Facts.
Anyways,
Yeah.
that guy. I don't know, but you're right. If a
That's
woman came on
OD.
the internet like, "Yo, this bitch just pit me in my face,"
Yeah.
at young and Dundas, I'd
People be like, fight
"Bro,
her."
so go whoop her ass or go call somebody."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
So Clyde, sorry, what do you think?
I think it's kind of pussy, yeah. Like,
Alright.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I think it's.
Yeah, and people
You know
gotta-
when even the concept, you know when people when men and women do this, where they'll take a video of themselves, or there's a video of themselves somewhere, and they're like, there's someone they find attractive in the background. They're like,
Find
Twitter,
this
do your
person,
thing, like
Yeah.
do your
Yeah.
you
job.
can't do that in the form of like vigilante
He
justice.
assaulted me. Yeah. Like,
You
am I
know?
Batman?
You're putting a bat signal for actual Batman. Like that's pussy,
Who
bro.
am I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
y'all,
then the
if you
last
know
thing I
this
wanna
guy.
ask
And I also think that, like, sure, it's a nice sentiment, like, you know, as a black man, you need to not be so tough all the time and be allowed to be victims. Like, I don't know if we're ready for all that.
I'm not taking away.
Like,
I'm not taking away the fact that he is a victim, 100%. Anyone who's assaulted out of the blue is a victim, 110%. But at the end of the day, why are you coming on the internet and talking?
that's
I don't even think he needed to fight him, but what
That's what I said. I didn't think
what
he
he
needed
did
to fight him
there,
either.
what he did at the end there to post it, like those crocodile tears.
Like, at least tell him to suck his mom or something. I
He
don't
did
know.
at least
like,
3 or 4 takes of that video.
Something.
That's like,
Yeah.
Political speech during that. Just say, yo.
it's like when people film themselves crying. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, this is.
Yeah, exactly.
I just feel like, yeah, if I got punched in the face, there would not be footage of me with my face punched. You know?
And he said he couldn't work for a day because of that. I
I don't know. Anyways, wrap it. Do you have one more thing to say?
No, that's it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Take your L's in private, guys. That's what I say.
All right,
Go to
well,
the police, not the internet.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes the police are useless, but I don't know. I just think, I don't know. Adolescence, that show, I don't know if you guys watch Adolescence.
I watched it. I just finished
heard
it
good things.
recently.
I haven't
Bro,
yet.
you watch it? Bro, that
I heard
show.
Ashley is good in
Oh
it.
my God.
I would be scared to mess up.
That show,
Each episode's a one take, too.
literally each episode is one take.
Yeah.
For an hour.
I'd be scared to mess up because what if we're in like minute 45 and I forgot my line?
Yeah, that's impeccable acting. when you
Especially
think about
like
it.
the 3rd episode is just like just them.
He's an incredible
That
actor.
little
That
kid-
young boy.
that little
they're
kid
saying
smoked
he's gonna
it.
be like the next like biggest star.
I never
out of
seen a kid
London.
that young act
gotta
that
watch
well.
this
Like,
show.
yeah.
It's on Netflix. It's 4 episodes. Every episode is one take.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
cool.
For like I think every episode's like an hour or so, maybe like an hour and 20.
Don't even tell
Like-
the premise if you're gonna watch it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
What
I'll
if
let
you're
you-
the camera operator and you like trip?
Yeah.
There's backup.
There's
I
like
think-
drone shots too. It's not like just like they do cinematography. It's very
Some places
wow.
where it gets obvious cuts to go from one take, but it's still like it looks smooth.
Yeah. Like from the drone to an actual camera
Yeah.
operator.
And it was
You
stressing
see the
me out.
shaking a little bit, but like it's
It was
like,
stressing me out
it's
because
like
I was
cool.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, bro, like, wow, we're still here.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
shit still like this is nuts. Like this has only been 30 minutes worth of time. Yeah, the show's messed.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
Wait, can you announce like the TV that you're working on?
Oh yeah. No, but
Okay.
this isn't new. I don't know why it
But,
just
like-
resurfaced again.
Is it dropping? Like what's?
Nah, I don't. Well, at least to my knowledge, I don't think it's
Oh, I
been
thought it was an announcement.
picked up yet. No,
okay.
I did a pilot for a TV show a while back, and I don't know. It just popped up again.
Oh, okay. I seen it again. I'm like, oh, maybe it was an announcement.
Nah,
Okay.
I don't think. Nah, I don't think it's. At least to my knowledge, it hasn't been picked
I
up.
think Taylor
yet.
just like played it somewhere, didn't he? Like there was like a festival or some sort of viewing.
I have no
set,
idea.
Like
All
a,
right.
I have no
Everything in
idea.
due time then.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, let's wrap this up. Thank you for
Yeah.
episode 13. We'll be back was it 13? Yeah, 13. I'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sweating.